So, and I was also talking about how I don't know if you ever watched Blue Exorcist, Jay. You've at least heard of it, right?
I've watched the first 4 or 5 episodes. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I just finished season 2. It was pretty good, but it's kind of convoluted though because it's like the season 1 deviates from the manga, and then season 2 goes back, and then they just like retcon some episodes. It's a whole thing.
No,
but,
can they not do that?
Wait, so for the Dragon Ball Super episode, Jay, did you watch the Dragon Ball Super episode?
Remind me what was in it.
Female Broly
Frieza,
and
Frieza. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I remember.
Did you see how large their mouths are opening? That's the one thing.
Yeah,
they
have a different artist for this week. I feel like they just take.
I don't know. From what I was told, they had like 4 artists for one episode, and like it was like inconsistent.
They had multiple people for this week's episode. I'm not.
I don't know though. The funny thing is, and I was responding to this in my video that I just finished publishing, is that a lot of people were complaining about the animation of this episode, which I find kind of strange because the animation, well, for Dragon Ball Super has always been shit, but this episode wasn't particularly shitty in comparison. So
people are complaining about Dragon Ball Super animation. What?
I know. I was like, I'm like, what? Like,
that don't make no damn sense.
What? Like. Haven't I been doing this for months and people have been telling me that I'm a hater? Now everyone's jumping on the animation is shit bandwagon. Like
niggas is out here sleepy. That's why.
I forgot about that Attack on Titan episode. That feels like so long ago. It was like 2 days ago.
Oh man, I watched my.
I don't even remember what happened in that episode.
Okay, let's start. Okay, so. If we're going to talk about Dragon Ball Super first, I am a little disappointed with what's going on with the whole Frieza thing. I think that was kind of pointless considering there are like numerous fighters in the entire universe, but I've expressed this many times because if it was really that serious. And actually, I watched your reaction to it and you made a very good point that like why would they expect Frieza to work with them properly when like Goten and Trunks are just like, oh, they're not experienced enough. They're not good at, they're going to be good at teamwork. Like, what? Like, but you expect Frieza to be okay with it?
Because plot, Jay. Plot is the answer to all of these questions. Why did he bring back his dad instead of plot? That's why.
Yeah, that's something that I was talking about on Twitter. I was like, how come nobody suggested like hey, let's wish back either Goku's dad or Vegeta's dad or something. That might be a good idea.
I actually read your comment in my video and I talked about that. And my video was just me reading comments, so
I was tripping balls because I was just like, nobody thought about this. Like,
one thing that you made me think about with that comment was, let's not even talk about why doesn't Goku ever bring back Bardock. Why? Like now I was bringing up the question: is Bardock canon? Because he's never been shown in the actual anime. They've all been in movies.
I'm sorry, we can't. We're talking about Dragon Ball Super. We can't talk about what's canon and what's not canon. They literally, in order to put Broly in this show, they decided to give him tits and a pussy, bro. Like, come on. Hey,
man.
That's not cool.
He's like, Broly with tits, I'm in.
That's not cool, man.
But like, for one, I don't feel like she should be that big. Like, you know that Agwang mod that was like, she was kind of like somewhat thick, like she was somewhat big, but she wasn't like Broly big.
That bitch was thick with 3 C's, bro.
Man, that's what size she should have been. And she kind of looks like that sometimes. I also talked about this in the video, is that her size is inconsistent. Sometimes from certain angles, and like, once again, it's just the art, like just terrible drawing. Sometimes she looks like really small, and then sometimes she's like fucking gigantic. Like her body takes up the whole goddamn screen. So it's whatever. But no, one of the things that I was wondering was that, okay, so let's not even bring up the argument is Bardock's canon. Let's just assume Bardock is canon. Why doesn't Goku ever wonder, hey, maybe I'd like to meet my dad or something or whatever?
He don't give a
since
fuck,
since he basically just has the carpool lane to the other world, you can just visit niggas whenever he feels like it. Yeah, so you got a fast pass to the front line and shit. You don't even got to wait in line with all the other clowns and shit on Snake Way.
I think that's so interesting that you bring that up because this kind of bothers me because there's so many things that we can consider canon and that we can't consider canon. It's like, okay, so is Broly now canon? Yes or no? Is Bardock canon? Yes or no? Because obviously, like, he was a movie exclusive character for a while, right? until they showed him in the
Always.
Frieza saga. I think he was in the Frieza saga. Somebody in the chat correct me if I'm wrong, but he was in the Frieza saga,
never
right?
shown up in the anime. No, he's never shown.
He's
up in the
never
anime
shown
at all.
up, so
he's always been in just movies.
All I know is
and
Goku
games.
has a dad. He has a fucking dad.
Vegeta has a dad too.
Vegeta has a dad. It's like,
as far as I'm concerned, why do we leave anybody dead anymore? We have the power. They can gather the
exactly.
Dragon
It's
Ball.
like
They can gather the Dragon Balls every other Sunday.
another question. So, did Vegeta ever get his wish of being immortal? Did he ever get his wish?
No. And the fact that, okay, let's not even talk about Dragon Balls. Wait, Jay. Let's not even talk about Dragon Balls, okay? So, they can bring back, so Goku literally just walks up to King Yama. Hey, King Yama, my nigga, listen, we want some Frieza's niggas for Thanksgiving, so let me get him for 24 hours or whatever the fuck. If he could just bring back people for 24 hours, why doesn't he ever just like, hey, let me bring in Bardock and Raditz for Christmas or some shit? You know,
Bardock and Raditz for Christmas. Bro,
Yeah.
that is the Christmas special. That is going to be the Christmas special
bring
now. I'm
everyone
calling
back,
it.
bring back Nappa, like, just like, you know.
Hold on. Now you're going too
What?
far. Okay, you can bring
And then
back Bardock. You
They
can bring
use the
back
same
Raditz.
argument that Goku used. Jay, they can use the same argument that Goku used for Frieza. I mean, if they try to fight, we'll just blow them to smithereens. We're so strong now, we'll just snap our fingers and they'll get incinerated.
What I think is so interesting is if they are so strong, and I know Vegeta made this point in the anime, was like, if we're so strong, why do we need Frieza at all? We don't need a 10th member. Like, we're good.
Yeah,
we got
yeah,
Android 17 and TN. Come on now. I think we got this in the bag, okay? Look, and we got Master Roshi in the background.
You know what's the most funny thing? And I know that this is even a joke in the anime. No one's even for a second considering Yamcha. They'd rather go in with 9 people than bring Yamcha.
Wow. That's actually really disrespectful.
They'd
That's
rather go
really
in with
disrespectful.
one less person. Yamcha just, they don't give a fuck about that nigga.
That's fucked up, man. That is absolutely fucked
man.
up. But you know what? I don't know. There's plenty of characters that they could have developed. I don't know. Maybe they could have brought on a whole new character. Maybe King Kai has a son that's like super powerful. Oh, Goku! I just never told you about him. Blah 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 blah. Like, come on, somebody, like anybody, create a new character. Make a Xenoverse. What if? Timeline or something. I don't know, man. Why is PyCon not an option? Where is PyCon?
There's so many people. Once they started to go into dead territory, now you've opened up a whole new roster of people that you could choose. And then of all of those choices, you still pick fucking Frieza.
I don't think it's fair that they decide to just bring in dead people. I don't think that's cool. I don't think that's okay at all. Especially considering they could like swap out characters, since it's just like, oh, well, I mean, we got Tien, but we can swap him out for Cell, and it's just like, Cell's not gonna cooperate. We can blow that nigga to smithereens. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, so
Yeah.
man, you know what? And then there's King Cole, there's Cooler. I'm starting to think that there is no such thing as non-canon material.
Because plot, you know, he just wanted to explore alternate timelines.
It's like, come on, man. It's like, why? I think it's so interesting that had Trunks stayed on, he would have he actually would have been a good addition to Team, you know, like, what are we calling this? Team 7? Universe 7? Team Universe 7?
Team plot?
Yeah, Team plot. I think he would have been a really good, addition. Because imagine this. They were trying to fill the 10th spot, right? And it's just like, we can't find anybody. Poof. The time machine shows up in the air. Trunks is like, of course I'll fight for my universe. This is my home, you know? And then during the tournament, he fights the nigga that pushes him so hardcore, he goes Super Saiyan 3. Just think about that.
Nah, he got rage now. That's basically his version.
Who gives a fuck though? Like, since the entire show is just fan service anyway.
Here's my question. I think I mentioned this in a video, but the video was too long, so I just edited it out. So I'll just mention it later. Two things. Well, both Gohan and Vegeta need some new power-ups. Like, first of all, Vegeta hasn't got a power-up in like since, well, he got blue, but like he needs a power. He needs some type of power or ability that's not Goku's. Why does Goku keep getting these ass full power-ups and Vegeta, like, this nigga already went? I loved how, did you watch, not this episode, but last week's episode, Jay? Like, have you watched all the episodes up until this point?
Well, what happened during last week's episode? Because I watched, like, 3 different anime this week, so you have to catch me up.
Vegeta goes to the hyperbolic time chamber. First of all, Popo must be a god.
Didn't see that.
Okay, well, Popo must be a god. This nigga can just make new hyperbolic time chambers whenever he wants. Because you didn't see the part where Vegeta destroyed it, right? When he flew out, and he was all sweaty.
That was a long ass time ago, though.
And they've since rebuilt it. I didn't know that's something that you could do because apparently
it's a whole nother dimension, though. So I don't think it'll get blown up. It's just a portal. That's all it is.
Nothing is fucking canon in this anime. I don't give a shit. No argument. Every time somebody puts out an argument, it gets retconned in this fucking anime. Dragon Ball Super throws anything that was ever canon in Dragon Ball Z out the window. Oh, Gohan's ultimate form isn't a Super Saiyan transcendent form. He goes Super Saiyan Wild ultimate form. Retcon. Okay? Oh, you can only go in the hyperbolic time chamber so many times, and then after a while you can't go into it anymore. Because remember, I was like, why don't they just stay in the hyperbolic time chamber? And there's like, oh, there's only a certain amount of time in your lifetime that you could go in, or at a time. It's like, well, then why don't you just go out and then go back in? Oh no, you can't do that either. Vegeta's done it like 4 times, and then it gets destroyed. And then when it got destroyed, I didn't think Vegeta just destroyed it because he's like, oh, fuck this hyperbolic time chamber. I thought he destroyed it because he used like the maximum amount of capacity that he could go inside of it, and it so just blew up because he overexceeded his limits, right, or whatever. They just built another one, so that's out the retcon.
Okay, I can actually that one makes sense because really the hyperbolic time chamber is just a portal. That's all it is. It's just a portal to another dimension because they explained that in the Buu saga when Gotenks was training in there, like trying to defeat Majin Buu, and so that's when he screamed so loud he was able to rip a hole into another dimension. So he was able to go from one area to another. So even if the portal is blown up, it still exists. So the only thing that the hyperbolic time chamber's door does is let you access from one area to the other. So it's not like it doesn't exist.
What doesn't make sense is that like there's supposed to be a limit to how long you could be in there, but then Vegeta just goes in there. That
don't make no damn sense. That's I'm gonna call bullshit on that one.
Vegeta using all of his vacation days to go in the hyperbolic time chamber.
I mean, who really gives a shit? It's a fictional show.
But what I was saying was that it was funny where he shows up at the King Kai's whatever, the Kami's lookout, and Popo, he gave him that death stare. He's like, nigga, you blow this hyperbolic time chamber again, you're banned for life. And Vegeta's like, whatever.
You're banned for life.
Like 5 seconds pass. And then like 5 seconds past Jay, he blows it up again. Vegeta don't give a fuck. So what's gonna happen next time he shows up? He's gonna try to go on Mr. Popo and die. Ban. He's like, nigga, I will banish you to the HFIL realm. Get the fuck out of my way. He's just gonna have to force his way in or something, or like. Because Mr. Popo
don't play that.
I want to see Mr. Popo turn up. Mr. Popo don't play that. Yeah.
Why wasn't Popo the 10th member?
For real.
Clearly, Popo's just on a whole nother level. This nigga creating portals to dimensions and shit. Come on.
Yeah, so.
But whatever. I basically have I've announced
Shenron,
it.
He could have been their 10th member.
Yeah, I've announced it already. Like watching this actually, it's like I wish it was cool. If it was cool to watch it, then I'd be like, oh yeah, this is dope. I'm enjoying watching this. Like if it was nothing but fighting, I'd be like, okay, cool, no problem, But the fact that they're trying to put so much bullshit in it, it just makes me look at Dragon Ball as a whole, and I'm just like, it's not cool to like this anymore. Like, it's just
don't
disgusting.
Look at it like Dragon Ball Z, and this is what I've been saying. Like, I've been.
No, I mean, like as a whole, like it just has the Dragon Ball name to it. Like, it's just gross now.
Yeah, but I mean, in the same way that the Dragon Ball super fanboys want to disregard everyththing that happened in GT, I'm saying the same thing for Super. Everything that as far as I'm concerned, this is all fan fiction. Nothing that happens in this is canon to Dragon Ball Z because everything is so inconsistent.
Oh no, man! Everything looks like it's canon. They want to make everything.
Either everything's
canon
or nothing's whatever the fuck they want to decide that the fans want to decide it's gonna be because it's like it's bullshit. So like as far as I'm concerned, and this is what I've been saying, I've enjoyed every episode that I've been watching because I don't approach it like bringing in logic because Dragon Ball Z has never had consistent logic. You're not supposed to go in and ask, why does this make sense? Why is this able to happen? You're not supposed to care. It's not going to make sense. Just
in the regards of the rules that they've established, at least.
They've established no rules because they break their own rules. So just there are no rules. Like, I mean, we're in a world now where there's no villain, there's no bad guys. Like Goku can just Goku's the level of a god now. Like at first I thought like gods were assigned, like people were given powers or they were just created, but no, just random ass niggas that get really strong just become gods of destruction.
I mean that's why Whis, when he first fought Beerus first fought Goku, he's like, you would be a great god of destruction one day. Like he was.
And then what happens when you're made a god of destruction?
Like,
you get your little Hawkeye ability and you don't die no more or whatever the fuck.
I don't know. You just get the Hakuren, bro, and you can just make things disappear. Just that's it.
Yeah, I guess. Man, so like, and that's the thing too, is that this tournament, and I've been saying this for a while, this tournament isn't even like, there's no sense of danger. Like, I feel like the only way that I could see, but oh my god, this would be so overkill. But once again, it's Dragon Ball Z, so no bars hold. Like, the only way I could see there being a threat is if somehow, you know, some guy is plotting to take over.
Popo was like, "Don't break
Xeno
it again."
or something.
Then breaks it again.
Or whatever. I don't know, because there's just now it's just like all good fun. Like, there are no threats in this anime anymore. Like, Goku is so fucking overpowered now. I'm pretty sure Goku's stronger than Beerus now, and he just hasn't shown his true power now. So now that Goku's stronger,
I think that'll be the end of Dragon Ball Super. Is like Beerus and Goku fight. That'd be interesting.
That would be ideal. Well, first of all, there's the whole thing about they can't fight because they destroy the galaxy.
Listen, bro, they can hyperbolic time. Plot, yeah, they can recon it. Come on, Whis is just like, okay, I'm going to rewind time for all 30 minutes that you were fighting. Like, all right, cool.
I'll just revert the universe back by writing.
And now Vegeta can fight you, and it's just like, oh, great, awesome, can't wait.
Yeah.
So.
And now, see, this is the thing. I'll be okay with that if Dragon Ball Super... First of all, let's already say, I mean, as much as I love GT... Well, I don't love it that much, but there's no way GT can be canon after all this shit.
Oh, GT's canon.
There's just no way.
GT is the only canon material.
GT is just an alternate... GT is an alternate universe. GT is Universe 7.5, where Dragon Ball Super didn't take place. So it's canon. It's just another universe. It's another dimension. I mean, we have other universes. We have other timelines within the same universe, so... Everything can be canon. Feature Trunks isn't even their feature. He's a different dimension feature. So what does that affect? They can take Xeno and bring him into a different dimension, a different timeline. Now there's two Xenos.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, that kind of does make
anime,
GT.
You don't
that kind of does make GT canon. Actually, now that I think about it, because it's just like if in Trunks' universe, the androids, Majin Buu,
bullshit I've ever watched.
Like, it's so interesting. Like now that you really think about it, everything is canon. So here's an idea for you. Every time there's a Dragon Ball Z movie, that's another universe. That's a different universe. It's a different dimension. Yeah. It's a different universe. It's a different timeline. There it is.
I just get like, and you know what? Maybe for Dragon Ball Z and maybe the movies, like these arguments about what's canon and what's not canon could have had some merit, but now nobody can have, and I kind of don't really see it anymore, but no one can have these conversations anymore.
It's all canon, bro.
Even with Seth the programmer, I'd be watching, he's this guy who like does like how strong is this guy in the power scaling and stuff, and like even they sound confused when they're making this video. They're like, but then they changed this, so this isn't canon anymore, and it's just like, so if even like the freaking theory crafter people can't even come up with concrete facts based on previously established information, because then it's retconned within like 10 episodes of each other. There's no point.
So let's get this straight. In one timeline, everybody dies. In another timeline, there's a universal tournament. In another timeline, Broly shows up and wrecks everybody's asshole. In another timeline, we discover Super Saiyan 4. I like this. I like this idea.
Watch, Jay. Watch. When Kale shows up and she transforms, Goku's gonna be like, hey, it's Broly! Oh my god!
Oh man, yo! That would be the coolest fucking thing. I think that would actually redeem the show for me. Like, if there's at least... I want Vegeta to fall to his knees and be like, it's the legendary Super Saiyan.
No.
He's just like, God damn, and then Piccolo's just like, God damn it, Vegeta again. No, we can't fight him. It's the legendary Super Saiyan. It's a woman. We can't fight her. She's the legendary Super Saiyan.
Oh. There's a video with Thick in the title. Let's see what this is.
That'd be dope, man. I can't wait. I just want one line, just one legendary Super Saiyan line from either Vegeta or Goku or Gohan. Like, I'd be okay with that. I'd be perfectly fine with that, because what's so interesting is that out of the 3 Broly movies, only the second one kind of fits in the timeline, where it's just like right after Majin Buu. It's like, it makes sense because Goku's already dead, he's in Otherworld, and then in the first movie, it kind of takes place, I can't tell if it's before or after the Cell games. I think it's after. Yeah, it has to be.
There's no... See, that's why the movies aren't considered canon. They don't fit into the timeline anywhere.
But so if you had to force them in there, if you had to force it in there, I would assume that's like right before the Cell games, because Gohan couldn't turn Super Saiyan 2, or at least he didn't.
You realize that,
but then in
like,
the BoJack movie, he was able to turn Super Saiyan
Piccolo,
2.
Cell gave them like 7 days between when like.
That's true. That's true. That's enough time to get your ass whooped by a legendary Super Saiyan.
But they covered all the time that was shown, and there was Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks, and and Gohan, they were never all outside of the hyperbolic time chamber at the same time. Like there was all, and with Piccolo, there was always one of them was always in the hyperbolic time
wouldn't make
chamber.
sense after the Cell games because Goku would be dead. So
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
somebody
there's
lying.
no space for it.
Somebody lying in this bitch.
A lot of the movies are like that though, where there's just, and then even like the power scaling of the characters in Dragon Ball, the movies are so much more inconsistent.
I think the only legitimate one is Garlic Jr., right? I think that's the only movie that's like
that. Garlic Jr.
canon.
The Garlic Jr. was actually worked into the anime, so via film, but so that's basically canon to the anime at least. So and well, apparently someone said in the live stream comments that the Bardock movie is considered canon. I don't know who there's like a canon committee that decides which movies are canon or not.
Somebody needs to get their gavel and just decide that everything is now canon, especially GT. Yeah. GT is probably the most canon thing since Dragon Ball. So you know, like that's just the way it is. I'm sorry guys, Super Saiyan 4 is the top of the chart. Everything else is kind of just like
Yu Yu Hakusho is canon to Dragon Ball Z too.
Actually, you know what? There is an episode where Yusuke does try to fight Cell. I saw it a couple weeks ago. And then that episode, that event where Luffy and Naruto and Goku and Toriko were that's a real thing as well.
That's also canon.
And Ichigo was just sitting in the background, just watching the whole thing. Yeah, it's all canon. It's all canon, guys.
I feel like GT has the most the best character development in all of.
Vegeta gets a fucking mustache, bro. That is literally the epitome of character development.
Nah, GT has the worst character development I've ever seen.
You crazy?
Chasing bitches.
You high, bro.
Goku turns into a little kid and they reverts back to and he's a bitch.
Everybody knows GT stands for Goku time. Okay.
Trunks went from being a badass
That's
to being
what
a
it
bitch,
means.
maybe. Like why does adult Trunks in GT act like future Trunks when he has a completely different personality because he was actually raised by Vegeta? Like that was some they fucked up Trunks. Trunks should have a completely different personality than he did in GT. His personality should be more like his dad's, not the way that his personality is in GT.
Nah, man, that's what his daughter. I feel like he should be more like his mom and just be a little pussy. But his sister, on the other hand, she's a fucking savage. She's a true savage, bro. What's her name?
Literally like one scene in the entire anime.
This bitch's name really is bruh. Now that I think about it, her name really is bruh.
Bruh. Did you call me?
Bruh. Like, did you call me father? What the fuck is wrong with you, bitch? Oh man, that's
probably
just so
what happened.
stupid.
Like Bulma was like, Vegeta, what should her name be? He's like, bruh, why are you asking me?
Why are you asking me? That's
right,
a perfect name, Vegeta. Just like, oh, you stupid bitch. First Trunks. I thought Trunks was a stupid name. Now this bitch's name is bruh. Are you kidding me? So, you know what, man? I can't. Like I said, I'm not enjoying any of Dragon Ball Super just because I feel like I'm just not enjoying it. I'm not liking it. I'm not liking the fights. I don't think it's cool. I did think the last cool thing to happen in Dragon Ball Super was the fight with Gohan and Goku. I thought that was kind of cool.
That was pretty dope.
I thought that was cool.
Some guy on my video thought I didn't see that episode just because I didn't do a video on it. Like, if a video doesn't get made, it didn't happen. Like, if I didn't take a shit, we out here watching tons of anime that niggas don't know about. All right?
Yeah,
if you didn't see my shit hit the toilet, I don't shit. I'm not a human, so.
That's pretty accurate. Yeah, if a YouTuber doesn't vlog it, then it's not real.
I'm going to assume you already mentioned about Khalifa, whatever, going Super Saiyan 2.
You mean Wiz Khalifa? Yeah, Wiz Khalifa's Super Saiyan transformation.
Wiz Khalifa can turn Super Saiyan 2. It's been confirmed. It's canon according to Dragon Ball Super.
I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't really give a shit. I mean, fucking cares,
AF
right?
is meant to be not canon. AF is canon too.
AF is canon. Actually, AF is probably more canon than the original Dragon Ball series.
In fact, me shitting in the toilet is canon to Dragon Ball Super. In some universe, I shit in the toilet, and it's a part of Dragon Ball. Okay?
You know what? And in some universe, you don't. You actually go piss.
Exactly.
That is very important to the plot. That is a plot device. It's all canon.
There's a Dragon Ball Super. There's a Dragon Ball Super timeline where I own an Xbox and I play Minecraft.
Whoa! I don't want to be part of that universe. Calm down. Hold on. I don't want to.
Cell must still be alive in that
universe. Cell was just like, you know what? Maybe I don't want to kill you guys. You guys aren't that bad. So. All right,
in fact, I'm gonna merge with Piccolo.
I'm gonna merge with Piccolo. Yes. But the other way around, I want to have a conversation with Kami and Nail. Yes.
Why I got you talking about cartoons, Jay? Did you see Attack on Titan or My Hero Academia?
I actually saw both. I saw both. This
Really?
week was a very eventful week. It was popping. It was popping so much on my timeline. Everybody was like, Jay, you gotta watch these cartoons, man. I said, all right, you guys tricked me with the Dragon Ball Super. I'm gonna give it one more. I actually watched the Attack on Titan episode twice because I wasn't really sure what was going on with all the dialogue and stuff, so I had to rewatch it. And after getting a better understanding, I still don't know what the fuck is going on with this anime. I just really don't.
Jay? and like that's why like I don't like taking shit from like these random people comment on my videos talking about Heavenly doesn't pay attention when I predict so much shit before even knowing what's going to happen. So how could I not be paying attention when I'm seeing the future? I'm paying more attention than anybody else is capable of. I could watch this video with one eye closed and still take in more information. Then I've already made a whole video about this. Like I talked about in my live reaction about these people who have read the manga and know what's going to happen and think that everything is super obvious and visible because they know.
Let me just take a second to say
the manga, they wouldn't understand shit. So
let me just take a second to say fuck everybody that was in the comments section that day, because literally when I went down there, I scrolled down to leave. I scrolled down to leave my usual comment. The first fucking thing I see is literally in the top line. Little itty bitty small letters. Everything else was was capitalized. Everything else was in all caps. Spoiler, right? Not spoiler alert. Beast Titan, blah 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 blah. And I was like, no! Oh, you fucking cunts! Like,
that's why like I managed to go back to reading the comments on the video. Well, this was definitely one where I could tell there was gonna be spoilers again. Like even before I went to read the comments, I knew it was gonna be there. But like after the Armor Titan battle, I was like, okay, because like the show was getting to a point to where everybody was spoiling every video, and I gotta say though, I was really like, I don't think I've ever been so tilted about watching an anime or a cartoon, I guess you could say. I don't think I've ever been so tilted by finding out some of the shit I did. So I got so mad. I went to your comment section. I looked for the word spoiler. I did some inspect element shit. I looked up every goddamn spoiler comment and I tried to delete as many as I fucking could. Some of them I couldn't because they were Google Plus comments, and you know you're not allowed to touch those according to Google. Like they don't want you touching Google Plus comments. They all look the same.
Hey, you know what? I'm apparently not allowed to touch them. So I was just trying to go through and delete them. I was telling people to shut the fuck up. The ones I couldn't delete.
I gotta go in and make spoiler a flag word again.
I was fucking. You need to have the word spoiler, Beast Titan, attack, anime. Just mark everything. And the.
Yeah.
So I just
disable the comment section.
Just disable that. But actually, you know what? That's going a little too far. Let them have their comments. You know, like if they want to talk about Dragon Ball Super in the Attack on Titan video, that's fine. We'll allow that.
Right.
But when you're talking about Attack on Titan on an Attack on Titan video, I assume it's a spoiler. I have to delete it.
They just can't say anything about spoilers or use pronouns. That's it. Everything else
no pronouns. A, E, I, O, U are now banned. Like
you just can't use vowels. Everything else is free reign. You can go crazy.
If you can manage to make sentences with only consonants, like you are good. You are good. Like fam, you deserve to put that comment in there if you can make it work. Like
the whole thing is gonna be like jinx.
That's gonna be fucking it. But you know what? After watching this week's episode, I'm hyped for Attack on Titan. I like it. I like where it's going. I like what's going on. I do want to see more about Amir. I want to see more about Fat Booty Christine. You know, I want to get her some character development. Yeah, Krista, whatever the fuck her name is, white bitch. Cristoria. Yeah, Cristoria, whatever the fuck her name is, because I think it's
Cristoria.
Cristoria. Like she's fucking Spanish. Oh man, yeah, exactly. I think her character, like her being so timid and kind of like shy and off to the side and stuff, I feel like she's low-key a savage. Like she's gonna put everybody to shame. Like when we find out why she's really in the show, I feel like it's just gonna blow my fucking mind.
Wait, who?
What's her name? Cristoria. Yeah, Cristoria.
She's in the show because she's a blonde lolly bitch that Ymir wants to have scissor action with, and she's a royal blood.
I wish, but I'm only saying this. I'm only saying this because I was spoiled already. So I'm just setting it up. Like I'm very excited to see it instead of read it in a comment section.
That's what I did in my last live reaction. I just threw out every theory under the sun that I could think of, so that if anything happens from me not having read the manga, I could say I predicted it, even though I have already gotten, well, not spoiled.
I would love to talk about theories.
Some parts are wrong.
I would love to talk about theories right now, but I feel like I cheated. Like I can't because it's just like there's already so much. There's already so much information. I already know.
I already
did
a whole video of it where
fair.
it hurt my head just to even edit it. So I'll just leave.
Oh my God.
I'll leave that where it is.
Yeah. I'm very but either way, bottom line, I'm very excited to see more Attack on Titan. I don't think I've ever been so excited for an anime since like the Dark Tournament of Yu Yu Hakusho. Like that's how exciting it was. Like
still working my way to that.
Please hurry up, my nigga, hurry up because I started watching. What was that? I started watching Rurouni. I started rewatching Rurouni Kenshin. This show is a lot more.
Because I looked at my Crunchyroll history and I'm like, I didn't watch
this. This show is a lot more cheesy than I remember. I used to think it was like, the legendary Batosai. Like, oh my God! Like watching this anime just gave me just chills because I couldn't sleep last night. So I watched like 3 or 4 episodes, and I was just like, oh my God! Like. I just had like chills because I remember certain episodes where he like cut niggas up like to fucking shreds in like some of the like prequel episodes, and then there were some of the other ones where he was beating niggas' asses without even taking his sword out the hilt, and I was just like, oh my God,
he beating
like,
their ass with the hilt of his blade and
bro,
shit.
this man is just like. Just Rurouni Kenshin was always one of my favorite anime, so I need to go back and like rewatch a lot of the '90s stuff because I was told that
I just forget all that shit. Like,
I was told that Samurai Jack ended really poorly, so I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna catch up to that anytime soon. Let me go watch some anime before I go watch cartoons, okay? So, which. By the way, they're the same thing. So,
Jay, I'm just thinking.
But what I really wanted to talk about was Academia. This was actually my first episode. I've never watched an episode of Hero Academia. I've never looked at a single clip of it. Maybe
so
like
now that you've seen the fight, you can
maybe
go back
like Twitter clips. I have to say, it almost convinced me to go back and watch it, but I got this really really bad vibe from it, like as if I was like, man, I've seen this somewhere before. I don't know where, and I couldn't peg what anime it was that I've already seen this in. Like literally the exact same fucking thing, and it brought me back to moments of like. That's what it made me think about. It made me think about the Chunin exams, but the first thing I thought about was when Goku and Vegeta fought in the World Martial Arts Tournament in the Majin Saga. That's what it made me think about.
Here's what I'll say about the about My Hero Academia, Jay. If you started from this episode, and they did even introduce like some backstory on Todoroki or whatever the fuck.
I saw the nigga with the flaming eyebrows. I was like, that's his dad, isn't it? And it was just like, I'm never gonna use my father's power. I was like, ha! I knew it. Like it took me 3 seconds to figure out. That nigga is pretty cool. He got a flaming mustache and everything. He must get all the bitches hot.
Like
never,
that guy's kind of cool. If you're one of those niggas who can watch
and shit, so.
Oh, what's up, Kilo? I didn't even notice you here.
Yeah, we were talking so loud, even his yeet couldn't overcome our
what up? What's going on, man?
But I'll say this, Jay. If you were one of those niggas who could watch Naruto Shippuden without watching Naruto, then you could start from this episode and keep going because basically all the episodes.
Even watching all of Naruto, I wouldn't feel okay with only watching Shippuden because it's just like it doesn't.
Well, think about it this way: with Naruto, there's like 200 episodes.
What's up, Pete? My mixtape. What's up, man?
And with My Hero Academia, this is only episode total. This is only episode 20 something, right?
23, right?
Something like that, yeah. Because the first season was only 12 episodes.
Yeah, it's 23.
So there's not that much to watch, and it's all good. So it won't be. It'll be an easy binge, like because
man,
it'll be
I think what impressed me the most was when I was like watching this, I was like, wow, the level of detail on their faces, like when they were like
the animation was just
the animation was fucking. It was so good, it was almost disgusting to look at. Like I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, look at these crisp ass lines. Like, oh my god.
After watching this and Attack on Titan in the same day, I had to go on Twitter and I'd be like, all y'all niggas who said Dragon Ball Super is shit. I mean, the animation wasn't shit. After watching these two, nobody can tell me Dragon Ball Super isn't shit. No more. I want you all to shut the fuck up because
Dragon Ball Super is drawn with Sharpies. This is drawn with fine pens.
My Hero Academia is the episode. My Dragon Ball Super looked like a high school project. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
It's crazy because even the simplest fights in My Hero Academia look so amazing. The simplest little techniques they do.
Man, they'll make a nigga opening a door and make it look better than the entire.
I did actually start looking up like clips and stuff, and there was this one guy and he was beating up some kid in the alley, and like the level of animation was just fucking hilarious. Like the fact that like when this guy was like getting punched in the chest, his entire face almost like fell off. Like it was just fucking hilarious, man. I was just like
okay,
I gotta watch this anime. This shit is lit.
I don't. Jay obviously hasn't watched it, but do you remember the episode where Midoriya got mind controlled and he was being forced to walk off the map, and all he did was flick the ground, and they made it like the most epic shit ever. It was like it showed it from like 3 different angles, him flicking his finger and all this freaking wind flying. And we're like, oh my god, he just snapped his fingers. Like, oh man, like, and then everyone in the crowd was like, so much power in that snap. Like, nigga, what? Like, they just put a whole anime movie budget into a flicking of his
That's
finger.
What it looked like. It looked like an anime movie budget.
Like when Todoroki was bringing out his flames, like they had to have like literally every frame was like a freaking Mozart painting. They were like, oh man, we're gonna make this shit look so sexy. We're gonna make this look better. We're gonna make it look 4D. We're gonna make it look better than real life. Like this guy, every little strand of his hair was like, all the flames off his hand.
Oh my god, the music.
There was just like, they were like,
oh yeah, man. There was music. My eyes were too busy being raped visually.
Yeah,
I couldn't take it.
That was like a Final Fantasy 15 trailer.
It honestly was a little. I thought the episode was short, and then when I looked at it, I was like, I really watched 24 minutes of this shit. In addition to the dopeness of the animation in the fight, like, and people in my comment section seem to agree, I'm kind of pissed that they made Midoriya, they blocked his attack, and then they called it a loss. When they blocked his attack, it should be at least a draw. Like, they're like, oh, if he... Yeah, I was reading that on Twitter. Apparently, like, the referees interfering, it should have been a draw.
Yeah, that's common sense.
I didn't know anything about that, so...
They were saying Midoriya's punch was so severe that, like, he would have fucking killed Todoroki or something or whatever. And then I'm seeing like conflicting theories though, because some people said, oh, Midoriya wasn't going full power because when they showed his arm, it wasn't like blown out like when he normally uses his power. It was a controlled attack, which means he didn't use full strength. But I just defined that as Midoriya got his attack blocked, so it didn't actually make contact. That's why I figured it didn't go off or anything like that. I don't know. It's kind of
how much he was actually using to go after him. Like he wasn't trying to go full on against him though, against Todoroki.
So Todoroki's the one with the green hair, right?
So now Todoroki is the guy with the fire and ice, and Midoriya is the guy with the green hair. All right. But now I'm kind of wondering, like, did Midoriya even want to fucking win the tournament, or did he just want to unlock the firebender within Todoroki? That's what it seemed like.
Man, he just wanted to get in there and whoop niggas' asses. He didn't give a fuck.
He just wanted to convert Zuko over to the Avatar side, and then he's like, all right, my job is done.
That's exactly what it was.
When I first I'm kind of assuming that maybe some shit's gonna go down to where it'll interrupt this whole fucking exam or whatever they got going on.
Man, it's gonna be the tuning exams all over again.
Snake and shit.
He's gonna kill Homeboy's dad, and then next thing you know, it's just gonna be like, my whole life's goal is to kill that guy now. Like,
I don't know, J-Dog. I didn't like that they blocked his attack. They should have let that nigga's arm fly off. Whatever. I don't give a shit. Listen, he did that by his choice. So I mean, All Might didn't step in and stop him, so he seemed to think it was okay. When I be seeing All Might watching the fight, even he's seeming surprised. Like, because one thing is like All Might is probably just like this nigga with just like brute strength. But with Midoriya is like this guy who hasn't had powers for, so he's been like researching and strategizing. So he's creative with his abilities. Like, I doubt that All Might would have ever thought to use his one for all, one finger at a time, whatever the fuck. So Midoriya's doing this shit, and even All Might's like, the fuck is this shit? This nigga's a savage. He's more badass than I thought he was going to be. I don't know what All Might expected Midoriya to do when he gave him his power, knowing he can't control it. Like, he's like, whatever. So, but yeah. But yeah, so for you, Jay, who haven't watched it, like, there's
I'm definitely considering actually watching this show now.
It's definitely worth it, Jay. Really
like, okay, for example, one part, and like I said, all the stuff up until this point have been pretty basic, but except for, you have to at least go back to the last episode of season 1 where All Might fights against the villains. That shit was dope.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's the guy with the big fucking eyebrows, right?
Yeah, I think so. Like,
I think I saw Twitter clips of that. That shit was interesting. I don't feel like going back and rewatching that shit.
No, it needs to be right. I'll watch it, Jay. Like, it was dope. Nah. At least look up the fight on YouTube or something. Like,
I'm good.
He's the one who gives Midoriya. He's the one who gives Midoriya his power. But that fight was pretty dope. And then like it was so cool when like Midoriya was like, oh, he's not gonna pass the exams because he can't use his power without basically murdering himself. So he basically just like, and that's the first time he used his finger, and everyone was like, oh, what the fuck? And then there's some dope shit.
That's cool. And then he was just like, oh, fuck that. I'm going to use my entire fucking palm. He's like, I can use the same finger multiple times. And I was like, when he was trying to describe, he's like, yeah, I can only use this ability 6 times. I was like, 6 times? Nigga, you got 10 fingers. What do you do? Oh, I get it.
You guys, oh, yeah, he just kept re-breaking his fingers and shit.
Yeah, and I was just like, that's gross.
Yeah. For the people in the chat, let me know, because I'm not sure, because I haven't read the manga or anything, or maybe, I think they might have mentioned this in a previous episode, and I just don't remember. But apparently what I saw, like this one guy say, was that even Midoriya's 100% is only like 5% of the actual One For All, because, or J-Dog could probably answer the question, because he hasn't fully, like, he can't fully control its full power, his body's too weak or something. Like, that's the main reason they had him training before the tournament on, like, cleaning the trash off of the beach to strengthen his body so he could even use One For All, because he said his body was too weak for it. So I think he, because you see how fucking All Might is huge as shit, and he's able to when he uses it. So, but what's confusing is, like, is One For All the same? Okay, J-Dog, we have J-Dog, our official My Hero Academia expert, so he can answer this question, because with All Might, his One For All looks different than Midoriya's. When Midoriya uses it, it's like, you know, glowing veins around his body, but All Might, when he uses it, it takes up his whole body. And so is that his true form, or is the skinny version his true form? Like, it's kind of confusing. I feel like maybe they'll just explain it later. But
I was wondering. I was like, I didn't see that guy in the episode. He was the little scrawny nigga. Okay, all right, yeah. Like, he used to be buff as shit.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Y'all gotta explain this shit to me, because I don't fucking know. Has a hard time showing feeling, blah blah blah.
It's really worth
using
watching.
5%
Really
of it.
is, like,
Just because you say it is, I kind of don't want to. I'll just watch the fights. I'll just watch the
Okay,
fights. I don't need
guys,
plot. I don't need plot.
I think when he's skinny, that's his actual original form, and when he bulks up, that's All Might.
Yeah.
That's why he
Okay,
can regress
then-
in the first place.
Well,
His
then that
skinny form is his original.
So does the ability just change depending on the person it's in?
I'm pretty
so.
sure that's how it goes. I mean, they've said it like 200 times in the anime. Everyone's ability is different, even as it goes down through family. Everyone's ability is a little different.
You lost
for every
me.
Person. It's because
Yeah,
you're
whatever.
black.
Like,
So
I mean,
100% of
Didn't know
all
that was an
of
ailment,
all
thanks.
one makes him that big and buff.
I'll try to an extent to try to understand it, but at the end of the day, it's like I said about Dragon Ball Super.
I just want to see dope
enjoy
fights.
it,
I'm
and
good. I don't care
Yeah,
about the
so-
plot or the
It
science
looks
behind
cool.
it.
That's all, plot. So that's all that matters. So.
Yeah, you gotta be real surface with me. Like, I don't really give a shit about, like, too much bullshit in a shonen. Like, I just don't care. I don't know what to tell you, man. I wish I could fix it. I wish I
Look,
could.
don't lie to me. Look, Jay, you can lie to your enemies and you can lie to your friends, but don't lie to me. I bought your hoodie, Jay. You can't lie to me.
Nigga, I would lie straight to your face.
Nigga,
Hey, Kilo, I made
will
you a
send
hoodie.
that
Did you buy
shit
it?
back.
You said you would buy a hoodie if I made a hoodie, Kilo. I made a hoodie, and I don't know.
Yeah, but he knows you're already
I mean,
success. You're at 80,000. Like, he don't give a fuck about you, bro.
Oh, fucking Jay.
He couldn't give 2 shits about you, like, for real.
Look,
Hit my nigga all the way over in Guam. He was like, I'm gonna support my nigga Jay. Oh, Heavenly got something? Fuck that nigga. Like, that's literally what he did.
I get tired of these people. I be in these messages all day, every other day of the week. People come in, Heavenly, whoa, where'd you get all these subs, man? I'm like, listen, I've been telling people I was a savage all along. They didn't believe me.
Listen,
Now I got
just
the numbers,
because
and now-
Kilo bought a hoodie, I will watch all of Academia, and I'll let you know what it's like.
Now I got the numbers and everybody coming out of the Windworks talking about, oh, Heavenly, collab, like, oh, you got numbers.
I remember
you
it
got
wasn't
subs,
that
like-
long ago when you were just like, man, if I could just pass up Ethos, and then it's just like, who
I remember
Ethos
that.
again? Like 80,000 subs later. So, but that's.
Which, by the way, grabbing that shit, you filthy.
I'm not gonna give you no congratulations, nigga. I have
did
less
it,
than
so
1,000.
fuck y'all.
Leave me
I did it
alone.
I don't want no fucking congratulations. That's like congratulated
I take
and
it back then.
that's like congratulating a fish for swimming. Like this, I was like, I know, like this is that like I'm supposed to do.
Hey,
like,
you better
that's
be
like-
careful. Sometimes fish drown.
It's
I'm just letting you know.
All right,
like you don't need to congratulate a savage
All right,
for doing
Kilo.
savage shit. Like
True.
so.
I catch y'all later. On the
Now,
floor.
if I get to like 1 million subs, then it's like, oh, okay, we didn't know you
Million
were
subs
that
ain't
god
fuck
tier. Like,
if you get to
but,
1 million subs, I want to cut.
I've been a 100K YouTuber for a few months now, so it's just like my numbers just don't reflect who I am yet, but it's already there. So I'm not
you're a
congratulating
bitch.
getting the subs that I deserve. Like, But if I started getting subs, falling out of the sky like ridiculous amounts, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, somebody like, yeah, like what the fuck. So
I don't know. It's pretty ridiculous now.
I just gotta pump out more live reactions and clickbait Naruto mod videos, thumbnails, and it's funny too. People complain about those thumbnails, but I get so many subs off those videos, so you know it just weeds out like. But and then one other thing that I have to do, and I say this all the time, is to just not emphasize the negativity. Because with every comment, who's this nigger on my screen with his titties and his thumbnail?
Damn.
Bitch. But with every comment like that,
who is this nigger on my screen?
With every comment like that, though, I get like 10 comments like, "Oh, this was amazing, sub. Oh, this is great shit." So I just have to focus on those, and then okay, and then encourage me to do more. So
I'm sure that you're gonna be like a phenomenon eventually. Like people are just gonna be like, "Oh man, all I gotta do is clickbait, and I'll get 100,000 subs." Like,
oh yeah, I love watching other people trying to replicate what I do and failing at it miserably. Oh yeah, and then people who say they want my thumbnails, that I always just say, you know, oh, donate to my Patreon. And that's not just saying donate to my Patreon as a response to your sentence. That's literally the answer. Like you go on my Patreon and I got all my thumbnails on there, all the stuff I use for my thumbnails. I've even started to put some of my PSDs on there. So it's just like the answers are at your fingertips, man. So
you gonna donate to Celestia Vega's Patreon?
Man, I was going to, but I'm already donating to Jessica Negri's Patreon, and that shit is a lot. So I'm like, I'll donate to Celestia Vega's Patreon when she actually starts putting out content. Because
I actually modified my my patron stuff. I changed around a few of the people that I donated to. A couple of them I decided to no longer donate to because I was like, nigga, you are no longer providing any type of service.
I basically donate to people who like I can tell they're putting in the effort to put out content, but they can't like put out daily videos, so they need the extra revenue to make up the difference. Like they need that to allow them to make their videos.
Oh,
but
I don't do all that.
Don't need my money. Like she's Leslie Vega ain't making videos. She don't need Patreon donations because she's sitting there working hard on her next video. This chick's just posting nudes on Twitter, which I love. I totally appreciated of those. But she don't need no donations.
She is, huh?
Like, but
bro, you see that the EDC or EDF costume she got on?
Yeah, I've seen a few things. So I mean, my dick can't really differentiate. We've all seen a few
things, all right. Like,
but with Jessica, Jessica's actually sitting down there handcrafting cosplay outfits and shit, and so she put in that work. So that's why I donate to hers, and because I get access to all of her videos and pictures and shit, and I like those. So
God damn, this is what I'm missing out on. Oh my god, I decided to follow Lena the Plug instead of Celestia Vega.
Listen, I just hope that all these bitches, when they get to their 1 million subs, they start putting out those freaking sex tapes like they promised, and they better be some high production 4K. I want to see the acne in their ass cheeks. That's how high I want the quality to be.
Oh my god.
I think
that ain't happening.
With Celestia though, Celestia ain't ever getting 1 million subs, so she's not uploading no fucking videos. But Lena the Plug, she's actually kind of close. Wait, where is she at now? Last time I checked, she was at like 700,000 or something like that. But man, I can't wait till we get to that period where we just got all these bitches be like, sex for subs. I'm a part of this movement. Listen, I mean, so long as they bad, like, yeah, she getting there.
Her nudes are better than Zoe Burger's. I feel like Zoe Burger's nudes are trash.
Yeah, I mean, Zoe Burger, the only reason why when I first saw Zoe Burger, I was like, oh goddamn, is because she was kind of like the first of her breed. But
yeah, she was the Christopher Columbus of nudes at 1 million.
Right.
Like, sexy shit at 1 million.
So I appreciate what she's done for the community, bringing out.
She
all
paved
these other
the way for
videos.
hoes everywhere. Like,
yeah, exactly. She paved the way for hoes making YouTube videos, so I appreciate it for that. But now that she's got other competition, now it's like, all right, you can go sit, take a backseat. Like you okay, but like you like a 7, but these are like 10s and shit, like or 9s and 8s. Like you can't, no. So it's like, listen, if Zoe Burger walked into my house and she's like, fuck me, like my pants are already down before the doorbell's rung. But if she walks in and I gotta choose between like her and 5 other hoe tubers, like, listen, you're not even making it in the top 3. I'm sorry, I'm just being honest.
Well, damn.
It's just how it is.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. I went a little too far in the Twitter stuff and the responses, and I saw a dick pic, and now I have to turn my phone off.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
I mean, the way you describe your Twitter, it sounds like you get shit like that.
Some of these girls, they just post like screen caps of like screenshots of their DMs, and dudes just be sending their dicks over Instagram and shit. I'm just like, Why you gotta share that with everybody, bitch? That belongs to you.
It's not really. It doesn't really depress
That
me.
is your
because
dick,
I,
bitch. That do not share that with the public. That is not something we all want to see. No, thank you. Now I gotta
These are
unfollow
double
her.
standards,
Trying
Jay.
to
We allow
start my
titty
eyes
nipples,
and
but
shit.
not dicks.
You goddamn right. There's a double standard. The hell, don't you? I don't understand how
if
you
we-
fix your mouth to say that.
If we want to free the nipple, we must also free the dick, Jay.
I don't think so. I don't think that. I think that is something that we can compromise on. We don't need all that. You
What I was
good?
gonna say is
Not
that
need
it doesn't really
dicks
depress me because I understand why, but it's just so crazy how like you could have these people putting all this effort and editing to try to grow their channel, and they scrounge up a few views, and then this random chick could just put her ass on a thumbnail and just like 300,000 views, like it just instantaneous fucking revenue and shit. Like this chick me and Kilo know about, the league tuber Pokimane, I think her name is.
Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon, whatever. She gets so many fucking views, and like
Lesbian.
her videos are nothing. Like they're just her playing League, and then she gets somebody to edit it together, and whatever, and then just like I can understand a few, but just just ridiculous views. Like so, I'm just man. It's kind of like
Videos are
that whole
really
thing we always say.
for the most part.
The power of the
It's
titties, man.
It's like do what you got to do now to do what you want to do later. Just fake it till you make it. I just need to just clickbait a little bit longer until I get those until I can just drop any video I want and just get views on. I'm starting to notice it too. I'm starting to see that like I can just like videos that I know, like there's some videos I made literally like 2 months ago. I got no views, and I'm like, man, if I re-uploaded this video, it would get at least 20K views. So I just got to hold out, you know, and then when I get to that point, then I'm like, oh, now I can make this video. For some reason, I'm gonna have to like.
I must be living my life wrong or something. Shit.
Listen, Jay, I've been telling you,
Nah,
the
man,
key to subs and channels is clickbait on one way or another. It doesn't have to be tits. It could be other things too. I'm starting to notice also, now I see how all these Overwatch channels get so many subs because I made my Overwatch thumbnail the way that these other YouTubers Overwatch channels make their thumbnails. And that video's at 70,000 views that I uploaded yesterday. So I'm like, I don't even understand
70,000 views, nigga. I can't even comprehend.
So I'll keep doing that. Also, what I'm going to start doing...
oh, I'm
I
in the
don't know.
wrong
I think I was
Twitter.
kinda... Jay, well, that's a dick, not a titty. So yeah, so
Gotta sign out.
you just gotta. The key to the internet itself is just mastering clickbait and getting away with it. That's all I can say. There's a fine line that you walk, but it's a high risk, high reward type of relationship. Oh, genitalia equality.
Genitalia equality? No, stop
Oh,
it.
genital equality.
Who said that? Kick that man out. RoboCal, you gotta go. Get the fuck out. I don't ever want to see you in here again. You gotta leave.
Listen,
You gotta leave, fam.
I'm not even I'm kind of even suspect about all titty equality because like you say, oh okay, I want bad Insta hoes to be able to walk the streets with their titties out. You gonna have a bunch of fucking fat ass, saggy titties, cellulite titties hanging out.
Oh God! Stop swearing.
You gotta make a compromise here. It's like you get what you want. And you get
I
what you
ain't
don't.
gotta do shit.
Listen,
I'ma vote for one, not the other.
Like, I don't care how suspect this sounds. I'd rather see a nigga with his dick hanging out walking around than a bitch with like 30
what?
flaps of stomach and titty walking around. That's gross.
You best
Like,
believe that sounded suspect as fuck.
Yeah.
Like I got a dick, so I can stomach seeing that shit. Whenever I watch porn, there's a dick there, so it's something I'm used to. But meanwhile, with a chick with like 30 layers of fat and stuff walking around butt naked,
That's
just in a
implied
bikini,
because
that
you're
shit
in the
is gross.
situation where you may or may not see a penis. Like, that's
Where have
not...
you seen those many girls at? That's kind of weird.
What? These are metaphorical scenarios.
Oh,
I'm not
okay,
walking around
alright,
seeing
okay.
fat Humpty Dumpty bitches rolling around and shit all over the place. Like I was tempted to leave a comment. I
Fat
saw
girls
some
need love
posted
too, I
some-
guess. We don't discriminate out here.
Some chick posted some picture on Twitter. She's like, some girl posted the picture on Twitter. She's like, I finally stomached the self-esteem or whatever to wear a bathing suit to the beach, and she was huge. And I was leave some terrible comment, but I'm like, oh, that's fucked up though. Like she just got the curve too. So
The way you
whatever.
said that, she
Like-
was huge. Like,
But like, here's the thing. Here's my stance on fat people, okay? I don't think that you should put fat people down to an extent. I don't think they should be comfortable that way. Like, okay, if you're if you're thick, you know, that's one thing.
how
But
many
if
C's
you are
though? How
ob-
many C's are thick?
I would say
2 cc's
maybe,
are
like,
thick. 3 cc's are
Not
thick.
when you in the double digits of C, like when this is
That's too thick. I'm good. I'm not trying to have that much thickness. No.
I mean, if it's
like
concentrated,
when you walk and your footsteps say thick. Like every time you walk, that's a little too thick. Like
yeah, if you gotta do the penguin walk, Jay, where you gotta shimmy side to side just to move forward. That's too fat. That's too much right there. That's drawing the line.
That's a health issue. That's good that you think that way.
If you can't see your toes, then you fat. Okay, you need to figure that shit out.
If your heels are struggling.
So it's like several levels of thick before you reach fat. Is that what we're saying?
I hate when people be saying like, oh man, so for some people it's an illness. That's like 1% of fat people right there. Okay, so that can't even.
Hey man, you know what? If you ask me, blackness is an illness. I wish I could cure this all the time. I mean, I like my caramel skin, but sometimes, you know, if I could just like hit a switch for a little bit, just, you know, throw on some makeup or something, just be a white man for a day. I want to see what it's like.
I have to feel okay.
Yeah.
White privilege.
Man, me and Jay talked about this, that the world made us black to hold us back, because
it's really a handicap. Like,
if me and Jay were black, we would have so many hoes right now. We'd be living in.
We wouldn't have Donald Trump as a president. I promise you.
The world, the world needed us to be black. Like the people be wondering, they're like, how come all these big anime YouTubers are all black? Because black people are savages.
I'm saying though, you know what's so interesting is like the biggest, like with the biggest communities. I wouldn't say the biggest channels, but the ones with the biggest communities where people interact with them and stuff, usually 9 times out of 10, black YouTubers. Just saying. Just fucking saying. Go and look at the numbers. I've done the research, okay? I promise you, you will be very disappointed thinking a Caucasian man is out here getting more views, more comments than the average black guy doing the exact same content. I'm just saying.
Yeah, unless you're like Rhyme Style. He's like the logic of anime YouTubers, but
well, you know, guys, you know, I'm gonna say like,
Jay.
Listen, bro. I can't speak on the white man's demographic because I don't make. If I made Dokkan battle videos every single day religiously,
oh my god, this guy uploads
that's
like 5
funny. Your boy would be up there. Oh my god, like, you know what? I actually, you know what? And don't fault me for this because I know we've talked shit about this a lot. But I considered the other day making a new channel just for like the anime fuck shit that I get, like, because I've been talking to Yaya, I've been talking to like, you know, like several other people who want to do like anime videos and shit, and I'm like, yo, you guys are so lucky. I express this to Tony all the time. You guys are so lucky because you like anime. Like, you just naturally like anime. So it's easy for you to talk about this stuff. It's easy for you to make videos on it. Me, I can't stomach the shit. Like, there is literally, like, it has to be something that, like, pokes me a certain way before I'm like, yeah, this was lit. So I can't just make anime videos off or anything. But I'm starting to think I'm just gonna sell out and just make literally nothing but anime videos on a separate channel. Just do Dokkan Battle, do fucking Yu-Gi-Oh videos, do fucking My Hero Academia. I'm not doing that.
Here's why I think your stance is, Jay. Dogan, I'm about to meet your ass. I don't want to hear you fucking rub Velcro up your dick, okay?
My bad.
So
hey, don't knock my man with the Velcro penis, okay? That is an amazing feeling. Hey, on, don't you ever disrespect my nigga. Shut up, Dogan, I'm talking. Don't you ever disrespect Don't you ever disrespect my nigga like that. If he wants to rub Velcro on his penis, let him do it. Tell that man to move to push to talk first.
Okay.
As you were saying.
I'm on my phone right now, so
here's what my stance, Jay. I think that you have it in your head that if you make anime videos, you got to make videos on everything. You know, if you don't give a shit about 90% of anime, you
I'm saying is, if I did make anime stuff, I would literally make it on everything. Like, I would not stop. Like, literally a day. Like, there would be 5 videos a day. Like, simple. Because the fact that I've explained it to people that there are the fact that I've explained, yeah, but you're a different type of like anime based channel. You a thick channel, okay? Don't ever tell me that you're an anime channel. Next time you tell me you're an anime channel, I'm gonna pull up on your house and throw a Wiimote at you, okay? Don't you ever fucking disrespect me like that.
Thickness is universal, so I can make videos on anything. I can talk about how thick this fidget spinner is. I can talk about how thick this
it's got the perfect circumference of a booty, bro. I'm just saying, like, it just keeps coming in and out of your life. Just keep spinning. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, I've had conversations with some of these guys that are just like, oh, I don't know what to do with my content, and I just sit here and I slam them just like for hours, just talking about like how easy it is to make anime videos, because you can literally go on Crunchyroll, see what the top 5 anime are, and just watch one episode and have 5 videos. You can watch, you can read other people's articles and respond to those articles via video. Like it is so easy. Jay? Like, huh?
I was gonna say something that I discovered, because you know how with YouTube it's like daily uploads is the thing to like actually get like growth
and there's
nowadays.
There's so many like anime artists out there who are literally just drawing fan art. You can make videos off of fan art. It's so easy.
Jay, I could drop if I could just like drop like a Dragon Ball Super theory video every day for the rest of the year and get like if I wanted to. I got so much deviant art, fan art of that fucking anime.
I'm saying like, though, like it is so easy when you do anime content. Like you literally just have money just sitting right in front of you and you just refuse to take it. Like so I have no sympathy for people doing anime content. I just none whatsoever. Like you're a fucking idiot. So I'm thinking about just creating a whole separate channel just to try it out for like a good couple months and just upload daily random anime shit and just see how it performs. I'm thinking about doing that. But then at the same time, I feel like that would hurt me internally because I would probably vomit every time I made a fucking video. Like, I really got to do a video on this academia bullshit. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of this.
That's my whole philosophy. That's why, like, Jay, if I wanted, oh my god, I would have 1 million subs with the GTA channel right now if I wanted it. But like, I don't want to, and that's the thing is that if you get, and I've said it all the time, if you get subs off of something you don't care about, you're eventually gonna burn out and you're gonna fall off and you're gonna get discouraged and then you're just gonna like stop making videos or people just won't give a shit because they see that you don't care or that you're making it a chore.
I'm telling you,
it's not about where the money is; it's about where the passion is. Because if you make videos on something that you care about,
I'm very passionate about money, though.
I'm just saying, man. Like I kept telling you, I was telling you about how. With Shino's channel, how he like was making Pokemon videos and One Piece videos, and he's just like, oh, let me hop on this Naruto mod shit, and then he made a bunch of Naruto videos and got a bunch of Naruto subs, and now all he can make are Boruto videos now. Otherwise, nobody gives a fuck or wants to watch his videos. And even when he makes a Boruto video, they still get no views. So your channel will eventually die. It's just kind of like that. You're aiming for that easy money, the short gratification, but it doesn't work out in the long run. Like Shino's got 130-something thousand subs now, and he gets less views than somebody with 20,000 subs. So, like, I mean, it's like it's short term. It's short term. You know, it'll eventually burn out. You'll turn into Shino. You'll turn into Sheikah's Clouds. Have all these subs and nobody watching your videos, and you don't want that. So it's best to just try to grind the natural way, and then do something different because you know there's so many anime videos out there. You have to.
I don't know, man. Your boy is tired of eating top ramen.
But it's not even gonna work, like because there's so much competition.
Shout out to the Top Ramen gang, though.
Top Ramen.
Like I feel like that's what makes me stand aside. I'm not just a guy talking about Dragon Ball Super videos. I got like you'll see all these Dragon Ball Super discussions, and then all of a sudden you'll see Toa's ass, and now it's just like, whoa, what is this? And that's my video. And that's where I differentiate, is that I bring fic and weeaboo-ness together in harmony and shit. What I was going to say is that, like, with gaming channels, like, gaming channels can't really do daily videos. I mean, it's possible, but it's harder because, you know, recording a gaming video and editing it, and I mean, I can do it, but I can do a lot of things that most people can't do. But it's not practical. It's not expected from the average person. But with anime videos, you don't need to spend money on games. You don't need to record all this gameplay. You could just get some.
It's a self-renewable source. Like, it just.
Yeah, you could
just fucking there. It never runs out.
It's a renewable resource. It's boundless. Like, you could double for anime it up and come up with your own bullshit fake theories until the sun goes down, and then find deviant art thumbnails and then throw those in there.
Avatar: The Last Airbender is a different timeline in Dragon Ball Super. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, OMFG. Right. Sarada becomes Hokage, unlocks Rena Tensei, and she marries Boruto and has a saves his path son. There you go. I mean, there's a video right there. Like,
OMFG. Goten is the new Avatar.
There's some guy on this stream taking notes. Like, all right, Sarada awakens sixth path. All right, like he's already planning his anime clickbait double for anime channel as we speak. So, I mean, yeah, it's super simple. Like, when I see these channels with all those views and all those subs, and like I'm like, great, but that shit is whack. Like that, like the videos are boring. Like when I click on them, I'm like I've said this all the time, is that YouTube, like half the battle or maybe 3/4 of the battle is the thumbnail and the title and maybe the length in some cases. But once you click on the video, that's where the real battle starts. So with me, that's how I get so many subs or whatever, is that people will click, they'll get clickbaited, but then they'll come and then there's actual quality content. But then you get a lot of these people, you got all this clickbait shit, and you get to the video, and it's trash. It's like they're not talking about anything. It's just like you just got straight up clickbait at that point. But what I keep telling people is, like, is it clickbait when you clicked on it and got what you came for? So that's how I see it.
Damn.
But
facts, my nigga, facts. I'll figure it out, I guess.
See,
I've decided to take a break for
Majestic.
these past 2 weeks. I just felt like not burnt out. I just haven't like felt it. Probably because E3 is coming up, and it's kind of a good thing that I've taken so much time off, because really I've just like sat and deciphered like, okay, I know this is getting announced. I know this is getting announced. I know this is getting announced. Let me have thumbnails prepared ahead of time. So now is definitely a good time to do something gaming related. But honestly, I haven't been feeling gaming either, so I don't know. I'm kind of stuck right now.
I mean, you need to figure out. But you seem what you seem like you've been needing to figure out for a while, Jay. And like, and it's not. I know it's not easy because I was in the same way. I had an identity crisis on my channel until I was at like 20,000 subs or something like that. To where like you need to figure out what you even want to make videos on, like specifically, like find your niche. Like, and it doesn't have to be like gaming or, and this is just an example, I'm not saying you would do this, or anime, because like for me, I don't fall into a category, so it's kind of like you have to find a way to find your category. Like you have to in some ways invent a category. Like you have to be like, okay, well, what am I, a gaming vlogger? Like what the fuck is my channel? Like whatever it is. And then once you find that, then you'll hit your stride, because now that I know what my channel is, I can just make video after video after video. I got like 30 videos lined up that I won't even get around to making them all. But in the early stages, it was hard because it's just like, well, you don't want to make something that's completely opposite of what you're usually making, and then you've gotten an audience for something else. But like right now, it's just like it's more of just like figuring out what you want to do, because like that's like for me, I would never be like not like how you say I'm not feeling gaming or whatever, and that's why I like my channel towards like if I don't feel like gaming, I can do anime videos for a week before I make another gaming video, before I make another Overwatch video or whatever, or I can make gaming videos for a week before I make another anime video, because I have the flexibility to do that, to go either which way or have a hybrid between the two, which is what I usually prefer. But that's why I like have my channel, and I've always said this, because I want my channel to be something where I don't have to just make videos in a specific category, because I'm into so much stuff. So when I get over anime, I want to make a gaming video. When I get over gaming, I want to make an anime video. And then all the extra miscellaneous stuff that doesn't fall into those categories, because they kind of somewhat bleed together, is then I just talk about it in the podcast. Like how I saw this one comment said, oh, we're going to have 3-hour-long podcasts now because they're going to double as podcasts, and they're going to be Game of Thrones reviews. Because
who said that?
I don't remember, but like because
that nigga needs to shut the hell up. I don't 3-hour podcast.
I saw another guy. He said, "Oh, we're gonna have longer podcasts because E3 is coming." So you figure
that nigga on drugs. Oh no.
The podcast can be us talking about anime, talking about games, talking about TV shows, whatever the fuck.
We don't get enough Patreon donations to be making no 3-hour podcasts. So
I mean, what I want to hopefully eventually get to, and maybe I'll eventually get to the point where I get somebody else to do it, is that's why I'm not trying to get the Heavenly Kings channel to be like an anime channel or a gaming channel. I'm trying to get it to just be a discussion channel. So I'm going to try to get it to where we just make all kinds of videos in this. And I already have my main channel, so I don't have to worry about clickbaiting and getting growing a niche category on the Heavenly Kings channel. I just upload, it's just straight up content with that. I'm not concerned with its growth. I just like that. That's just, I want it to have its own authentic whatever. Right. But if you're trying to like really grind a channel up, like how I'm doing with my channel, yeah, you gotta find a compromise. Like I've always said, like you can't just, oh, this is what I want to make videos on. You got to be like what you want to make videos on and what gets you views, and try to find some compromise between the two. So like I obviously wouldn't make.
Why does it feel like we haven't had the podcast for like 2 or 3 weeks?
So let me go ahead.
We've had a podcast every week.
I know, but for some reason, I wasn't feeling it last week.
I just published a podcast that we streamed 6 days ago.
What?
Guys, let me go ahead and break this down. So let me go ahead and break down what you guys are
Oh,
saying.
Dogan gonna break it down. Oh, okay.
So what you're saying-
Okay.
Oh, you Lucio now? Okay.
You Lucio, my nigga. All of a sudden, he got all the answers.
We're gonna break it down. All right.
He had an intro and everything. He was ready.
So what you're saying to me, Heavenly, is that when you create a YouTube channel, that you basically like make some videos, right?
Yeah.
And then while you're making some videos, you basically find what gets you the most views.
Yes.
And then you find also what you want to put out.
Yes.
And then you kind of just miss and match between the two. You put out some that get you views and subs, and then once you get a whole bunch of subs, then you start going back to what you want to make. And then
Fucking nice shit. Oh, let's break it down.
you go ahead and you do the exact same thing, rinse, lather, and repeat, right?
Essentially, yes.
Yeah, and that's kind of the frustrating thing, but like I said, it's taken me, like I've been at this for, I would say, even though my channel was made in 2012, I've actually been doing this for about, basically like a little bit before when I made the raid call. So I would say around 2 years or so. And so it's taken me a long time to figure it out. So that's why I'm just like, man, and even with Jay, I feel like I could take anyone's channel and then just get just convert it into like this channel with a bunch of subs. Like it would be so easy because I have it down to a formula now.
Which Patreon perk is that, by the way?
That wouldn't work for you, Jay, because I'd be telling you this formula every day, and you just haven't. Like, it's one thing to tell somebody what it is.
Some niggas don't need to be told. Some niggas need to. Yeah, exactly.
Well, listen, I'm getting around. When I get around to it, I'm working on this. I'm gonna make this whole I'm gonna do a Ty Lopez thing and make a whole fucking video series where I break down my entire channel and all my shit.
You ain't never gonna get to that. That's gonna take a minute.
And I'm gonna charge people for it. And but I'll just let you watch it, Jay, because you need it more than
hell
most
yeah. Your boy gets a cut. Wait a minute. Did you say watch? That's not cool.
Okay, you'll participate in it. Jay will be my
yeah, there we go. We gotta a nigga gotta put his toe in the water first. Let's get it. Okay, I'm down with this.
I feel like, Jay, you gotta. I mean, this might be kind of a fucked up comparison, but you kind of remind me of like David Dobrik and Jason Nash in their podcast. Where, like, Jason Nash shows up. He's just like, oh, I just need the money, so that's why I'm here. David, like,
I just need the money. Yeah, David pays me to be on the vlogs. That's it. Like, sometimes, you know what? And it's funny that you say that because when I watch David Dobrik's vlogs, I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool and everything, but I don't really give a shit. I watch Jason Nash's vlogs more than I watch David Dobrik's. Like, I don't know what it is. I'll just go through and I just watch everything that Jason does because I just find it very interesting. Probably it's because we're both very old. That might be it. I think that might have something to do with it. We just have this old man mentality.
That's interesting that you relate to Jason Nash more, and I relate to David Dobrik a lot.
It is. It's a little strange, and I'm not comfortable with it. But I mean,
I feel like the two of us are them in the early stages. That's what I feel like.
Is that what we would be like if we were white?
Yeah, maybe. Because like even when you talk about Jason, he kind of sounds like you. He's like, oh yeah, I spent like 15 years in LA. Doing
I spent like 15 years, and I'm just finally doing something like.
And I'm finally getting my big break and shit. And I mean, Jay's probably spent like 5 years, but it's actually been like 15 years condensed within 5 years.
It's been a long.
Jay's already had 30 jobs within like a 5-year period.
Actually, if I could print my resume out, it wouldn't fit on like 4 sheets of paper. Like, I have to be very careful about taking my resume.
Jay's resume would be a letter out of the dictionary and shit. So.
It'd just be like, here, see Jay, page 39 in your real nigga dictionary. And
Jay would need a table of contents for his resume.
Pretty much, yeah. It's got a thesaurus in the back and everything, just so that way you can understand some of the slang terms.
And all the references.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, that's like, you can make a mean ass fucking resume. You can make a book out of that shit. Have like 4 different authors in there.
Hey man, that's why it was so important for me to get to 1,000, because now that I have reached 1,000, I felt like that was like not a milestone, but it was kind of like, think of it like if you go on a trip, right? You go on a trip with your friends and you're like, oh man, you know, this is such a great trip. Along the way, you know, you're taking pictures and all sorts of stuff, and you see different landmarks and stuff. So you take a rock or like a stick or something and like you carve up a tree or something and you just leave a mark, right? You guys go on the rest of your trip and you leave another mark, and then you keep going, and then you're like, okay, you know, vacation's over, let's go back. And you see all the stuff that you did on the way back, you know, you remember a lot of things. So you get back home and you're like, man, I would love to do that trip again. Right now is like me going to that first landmark, like getting to that first landmark again, where it was like when the first time I had 1,000 subs, it was mind blowing, because there was no way that you were gonna lose 1,000 subs. Like, having 1,000 subs was a huge fucking thing back in the day, and sure enough, it only takes one person to just be like, oh, I'm just gonna be a fucking asshole. Like, and that was before YouTube money. So obviously that would have been a thing that would have like gotten bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and YouTube money would have been a huge thing. Like, a nigga would not have worried about being the president of Ramen Gang. Absolutely not. So, and then when it happens the second time, you come to the second milestone and you pass up your first landmark and your second one, and you're reaching your third one, and you're like, man, it's like, I'm almost there. And then you just like forced to go back home. Like, we're out of money, you gotta go back home. Like, okay, so now, like I was saying, you know, I'm reaching that first landmark and it feels so nostalgic. But I feel like at this point, because I'm such a person who like builds outside of YouTube, that's why I don't make a whole lot of videos. I don't do a whole lot of stuff because I'm always either out and about or I'm just spending time in my room figuring out what my next move is. Because being in the
you want your foot in multiple doors. You don't want it to just be all in basket. So
being in the entertainment industry in general before I did YouTube, like it was a huge thing to have like any subscribers whatsoever. If you had more than 500 subscribers, you were the shit. And I've told you this story before, how it was the position when I was at Sony. And I was going from an intern to trying to be a production assistant to trying to be an editor, and then from editor to producer to director. Like that was my path out of college. Like it was already set in stone. I already had like all the chips were gonna fall into place. But the first thing just needed to happen. I was going from being an intern, and I lost my actual position of my job, which basically would be like what I was as an intern. I was just paid more because like I think at that time it was like $10 an hour to be an intern there. It was gonna be like $18 an hour just to do the exact same shit I was already doing, just considered a production assistant. So it was like I lost out on that position because there was another guy who had not as much practical experience, but because he had a YouTube channel with 500 subscribers. And it was like 500. Like that 500 was the thing that was just like, yeah, he just has a bigger, following than you do. And I swore up and down, I was like, this is never going to fucking happen to me again. So the fact that when you have a comma in and you live in anywhere in the Southern California area, you've already like set yourself up for the next stage. So I don't even be sweating videos sometimes. What I mostly stress myself out about is why am I not doing more work, or like my car is out of gas, or I have to wait for me to get paid in order to go and do this stand-up thing or to go to this audition or something, because there's so many things that I'm fucking good at. Like YouTube is at the bottom of my list. Like, so really hitting 1,000 was just like, oh, cool. Now I can put this on a sheet of paper that says, oh, by the way, I'm better than everybody that's going to come in here today. I have more followers, more subscribers, more this, more that.
Your resume, like,
yeah,
I got
that's
my
it.
comment. Okay, that's all.
Yeah, that's why I posted on Instagram today. I was like, I'm 6,000 views away from 100,000 views, because at 100,000 views and 1,000 subscribers, you're like, what? The average person is just like, wow, you have a following. Wow, that's so impressive. Like, that is literally what they do.
Wow, that's how they sound.
Oh my god, it's so cool, because not a whole lot of people can achieve that because everybody just quits. Everybody that wants to be somebody doesn't do the work. They're not consistent. So when you show that, yeah, I've been working on this YouTube channel for a year and a half and I have 1,000 subs and over 100,000 views, they're like, holy shit, we can't even get 100,000 views on a TV show. Maybe we need your help on this. Like, that is why
I hadn't thought about that, Jay. I hadn't thought about that, is that, like, a lot of these, like, YouTubers, now I see why, like, these, like, celebrities and shit be, like, clamoring to get stuff on YouTube. Because some of these YouTubers, like, people don't seem to understand this. Like, they say, like, oh, like, celebrities on this whole other level from YouTubers. There's a lot of YouTubers that make way more money than actors in some cases, but usually actors make more. But one thing that is different, though, is even though these actors usually make a lot more, there's a lot of YouTubers that get way more views than, like, if a actor became a YouTuber would get. Like, The Rock, he's a YouTuber now. And there's still he still has like nothing in comparison. Like, a lot of these YouTubers are way more famous.
And really, when you look at the stuff he posts on YouTube, it's only his Instagram videos. That's it. That is the key to going from you're already an actor. You don't even have to be a popular actor. You just have to do something that makes you significant on social media, low key. Like, you don't have to be famous. Like trying to be famous is the worst fucking idea. That's why when I tell people, like, people are just like, oh man, I want to be a millionaire. I want to make $1 million, do all this, and this. I'd be like, fam, that's cool. Did you know the top 1% earning people in the United States only make like more than $400,000? So let your boy get to $400,000 first, then I'll worry about getting $1 million. I don't give a shit about getting $1 million.
Here's the irony, like, and even in the dynamic in these videos, like when like Logan Paul's on The Rock's channel, and Logan Paul treats like, oh man, The Rock is so famous, let me be in your videos and stuff. But every time like Logan Paul is in one of The Rock's videos, it gets like 1 million, 5 million. It gets
dramatically more views than it would if it was just
when The
him
Rock
by himself.
Uploads a regular video, it's just 100, 200,000 views. So
that's it.
Logan Paul has way more influence on the internet than The Rock. He probably has 3 times as much Twitter followers than The Rock does. So a lot of these, like, you have to put that in perspective. Like think of like who's like an actor that you like. Like, just do this test. Think of an actor that you like, not like a big actor like Tom Cruise, but think of like
Tom Cruise not big no more. Don't use Tom Cruise. Don't use Tom Cruise.
Think of an actor who's like name that you've heard before, but they're not like a household name. But like let's say you watch some random movie and then you find an actor like an example is like Gal Gadot.
Don't use Ryan Gosling. He popping right now. Don't use Ryan Gosling. That nigga got millions. Don't.
And then look at someone like okay, for example, this might not be bad. This might not be a good comparison, but let me check. Okay, I'm gonna look up an actor's name. All right, so okay. Wait, what the fuck? I was like, who is this? This isn't what I was looking for. Okay. Actually, this is a good example. So Gal Gadot, everybody knows who she is now.
Oh, yes. Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Scrumptious.
She has 900,000 Twitter followers. Gal Gadot has 900,000 Twitter followers, okay? So that's my first example. Now let's look at Phil DeFranco.
Phil DeFranco,
900,000 Twitter followers.
900,000. Look at that. And Phil DeFranco is not an international movie star.
So, like, Phil DeFranco has more influence than Gal Gadot does just because she's an actor. When he's just a YouTuber, he's still more famous than her. But because he's on the internet, people, they don't put that into perspective. And they don't make that comparison or whatever. Or even, let's look at this motherfucker. Casper Lee with his 4.5 million Twitter followers. And like, that's why so many celebrities go on his channel to do interviews. Because that's probably going to give them the most promotion than any ad that they've paid for. Like, more people are going to watch Casper Lee's video of him promoting The Rock and Zac Efron's Baywatch movie.
If anything, by going to a YouTuber who's trying to be a movie star, you actually like if The Rock wants to promote a movie, right? Of course he'll go to TV shows, radio, all this other stuff. You know, you've seen the PR and the promo they always do. Like, they'll go around to as many like media sources as possible.
Yeah.
They'll go to a YouTuber because a YouTuber putting out a video gets millions of hits, millions of views. Guaranteed. No fucking problem. Here's the thing, though.
That's why you see Kevin Hart on everybody's shit, because he got to figure it out. Every time Kevin Hart is on one of these Logan Paul
Kevin Hart's kind of like in the middle. He's like one of those people where it's like he's popping on both, like, like he can do things organically,
Yeah,
like he can get an audience to like go and see a movie, no problem. Even if it's a shitty movie, like not a whole lot of mark, he can get somebody to go see a movie. But then also he is that social media person. Like I wouldn't necessarily like put it only on YouTubers because it's like,
it's not because Kevin Hart is just so much more talented. It's because he understood that.
Yeah, he understood that social media is a thing, and like as many people as he interacts with, like it's beneficial.
Fan base. You can't alienate it. Like, yeah, he understands that there's a separate fan base on the internet than just people watch TV. Like, and like things are starting to transition over to the internet. It's becoming more dominant, and I feel like maybe like 10 years from now, like TV as we know it, or maybe 20 years, there won't even be TV anymore. Everything will be digital. A lot of these
TV will end up being like Blockbuster.
I think
it doesn't exist anymore.
I disagree. I think TVs will obviously still exist. I think TV entertainment as a whole.
TV boxes, they'll be Chromecast and Amazon.
Oh yeah, almost. I think obviously they're gonna go from, because they're in the middle of transitioning it now. It's like from TV to your phone. So I think it's going to be
like
a situation like YouTube TV. Right, so basically, like, how an iPhone has what's called AirPlay. So if you have Apple TV or Dish or like different cable providers have it, you hit the AirPlay button, whatever you're watching on your phone instantly goes to your TV and vice versa. So if you're watching a movie on your TV through your cable or on your DVD player or your Blu-ray player or whatever the fuck you have plugged in, you can hit the AirPlay button and it goes from your TV to your phone. So that's why TVs will still exist, is because you're taking the entertainment that's already in your hand on the go, because a lot of people don't go anywhere.
Well, when I said TV, Jay, I didn't mean like the actual TV itself.
I meant like TV programming is what I'm saying. Like it's going to be.
There's always going to be TV programming, but it's just going to be streamed instead of.
Exactly. Like, it's going to be one of those things where like, it's going to be such a weird medium that exists, because you'll still have television shows that take place and stuff. It's just going to be like, people are they no longer count, viewers, I guess, like viewers sitting down watching commercials and stuff like that. It's basically going to be like watching a YouTube video, where it's like, it's going to be a live studio audience with literally everything that you watch. Everything is going to be live. Like, whenever it's time for this show to come on, they're performing it right then and there. Everything's basically going to be a live stream. So that
remember when Nickelodeon moved Legend of Korra onto just the site because they were getting so much traffic on their site from the show? They were like, we don't need people to sign on TV.
Then people couldn't watch the show on TV, and they were pissed because not everybody had access to a computer at the specific time that the show came on.
I don't know. I didn't know none of those people, but I didn't. Most people that I knew
I was actually one of those people. I didn't have access to my own computer at that time. Like I had to like.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I didn't. I couldn't watch Legend of Korra. That's why I watched it like late last year for the first time.
But Jay, they didn't put it on just the internet until like the last half of the last season though. So the first 3 seasons were.
I mean, listen, bro, I didn't watch none of it. So you know, I ain't watching none of it.
What Vox is saying, yeah, like most large companies don't get social media. That's why I paid like $900, whatever the fuck, for that Ty Lopez social media marketing agency thing. Because basically what he is saying is that like, and this generation, at least for now, most companies don't know how to work social media. Like it's still like our generation, so it's like it's time to learn how to capitalize.
It's not only foreign to them. It's like it's just now becoming a thing that like, oh shit, this internet thing is a real thing. Like we're not.
Yeah, so it's literally a money.
We're not selling off of
like,
commercials anymore.
Literally, any teenager out of high school can make a social media account for a company. Like they have the qualifications to do that just from being a teenager that most of these big companies don't understand and get paid thousands of dollars to do so. Requires no high school graduation or anything like that. So that's basically what that like agency thing is for. And so yeah, I mean like that's why I'm trying to like that's like it's kind of even like it's a weird thing too. Like I feel like our generation, like this is the time. There's so much like access to money right now. To where like
it's just sitting out on the table, bro.
Yeah, it's almost a wasted opportunity for anyone from our generation to not pursue an online career. And it doesn't mean, well, I don't want to be a YouTuber. I want to be a doctor.
That's why I was saying I was thinking of creating a whole second channel, just doing everything that I already do on my regular channel. Just also do this anime shit on the side, just so that way I can get this paper, I can get this scratch real quick.
Just make sure you manage your time. Like, you don't want to. You don't want to. No, you don't want to commit your time to this other channel and then like alienate your first channel. That's why like I try to like.
Anime is not going to be something that's going to actually bother me. Like I have to worry about putting on videos. Let me tell you, your boy is just going to go to Crunchyroll, just type in some random shit, and I can make a video off of it. It's not that hard.
But like for example, what I was saying is that like if you want to pursue a specific career, you don't have to pursue an online career. Like maybe I want to own a restaurant, maybe I want to be a chef. Then go Rosanna Pansino and then have a cooking channel where you make a video for once a week. Even if you if you're
maybe I want to eat booty for a living,
or you're a lawyer, or you're a booty eater, you can still have an own. You can still have a channel on the side, like so.
That's a real thing. There's certain countries and states where that is perfectly legal. Okay, you exchange internet coins and you just happen to fuck someone over the internet. I'm just saying it exists. It's a real thing. Internet prostitution is a whole new like thing. Like these social media hoes got everything on lock. They're still not doing it correctly. Actually, Tinder's not doing it that well either. Like they're losing to everything. Like ain't nobody got time for Tinder like that no more. So. I'm just saying, man. Like, there's plenty of opportunities.
J-Dog said booty eating tutorial channel on the friggin'
a booty eating tutorial channel. I feel like that.
Like
that's
that one chick who did the grapefruit and shit.
That'd be a good channel.
A booty eating tutorial channel. That would be totally lucrative. Like, yeah, you could tell the different techniques and shit. Yeah, I'd watch a booty eating. I mean, I ain't about to eat booty, but I'll watch a booty eating tutorial video.
I watch.
Oh my god!
Y'all niggas is lost, man.
I need to know these things.
But you know what's so interesting to me is
there's a market for all of it.
Yeah, there's a market for literally everything. But you know what's so like really interesting? And Gary Vee has said this. Charlemagne has said it. If somebody has done it before you, then clearly there's a way to get it done. And like when I look at like different people that are considered like fucking not icons, what are they called? Socialites, social media people. Like you got Amber Rose, doesn't do anything for a living. She literally makes other jobs for other people. That is her job. That is Amber Rose's job. She just goes places. She just shows up. Hey, I'm Amber Rose. Let me do some Amber Rose shit. You give me a couple $100,000. I go home.
That's hoe privilege though. So
that's not hoe privilege, because actually, if you look at other people like Ty Lopez is a good example. Ty Lopez has learned from all of this shit that like basically like he's tried out and he's figured out. All this man does is be himself and talk, and he gets paid to do it. Kim Kardashian, all she does is be herself. She gets paid to do it. What I'm saying is,
no, Ty has a job. Like he actually does shit. He doesn't
listen, bro. Ty created his job. That's what I'm saying. Like he was able to
does shit, though. Like,
he was able to manufacture that from nothing by being himself. Though.
Like her people, but no, people like Amber Rose.
What do you mean no? Did he not use his own knowledge and his own like things that he knew in the world and his personality
Yeah,
to
but
get
that
where
didn't
he
kick
is.
in until he was like 25 or some shit. He just didn't be himself and then get money. Like he had
But
to actually,
still,
he had to-
took for him.
he had to
Like if
educate
Ty
himself
Lopez
and-
did not have an open, like a very opening and inviting personality, like if you didn't look at Ty Lopez and like didn't see somebody that was obviously trying to help you in a like a video where he like puts himself like, oh, here in my garage with my Lamborghini. Like if he wasn't such a personality, like his specific personality, whether he's likable, dislikable, whatever the fuck people want to call him, it would take that personality for him to be to have gotten to the position that he's in, right?
Backwards, like it's like just because all rectangles are squares, all squares are rectangles. Just because Ty is a charismatic
Kind of, they're all
person,
still equilateral, like in general. So
just because Ty is a charismatic person and is successful doesn't mean that he could be. If he could be charismatic and then like he could still be unsuccessful and charismatic. Like that's not what it is. Like he still he still has to put in work to get to where he needed to be, is what I'm saying. But if you're someone like Kim Kardashian or Amber Rose, all you gotta do is take a picture of your booty and get 1 million followers and then get your influence there. Obviously, some do it better than others, and I'm sure some of them are charismatic people too, but that whole privilege has to also be taken into account. With someone like Ty Lopez, he's not going to get that same benefit. We were just talking about this earlier. I was like,
Ty Lopez could take a picture of his booty and still get likes.
I mean, now he can, but if he just came out of high school and took a picture of his booty and got on that, no, that
The same thing can be said for Kim Kardashian. When she was hanging out with Paris Hilton, she was a nobody. Like,
yeah, but that's because she didn't have access to things like Instagram and Snapchat and YouTube. I damn sure will tell you if she did, she would be popping without Paris Hilton's help because she would get those Instagram followers and then and then it would just go on from there because I see it happen every day on all these different social media sites. So Kim is kind of the biggest because she got in on this market. I
don't know, man. Like there's multiple TV shows, endorsements where she's literally just. It's not even so much about her ass. Yeah, we can't take away the fact that yes, her ass is why we're fucking with her in the first place. But let's take that ass and put it on the side for a second. Now, Kim Kardashian is a personality. She's a socialite.
I get what you're getting at, Jay.
She just does things just to do things, and she gets paid. That's the point that I was trying to make.
But
I'm not trying to discount the fact that
you doing this chicken before the egg type of shit. Like,
I'm just acknowledging that there's an existence of a chicken and or egg.
Because like just because people will watch stuff on Kim Kardashian without her booty and titties being on screen at all times. That came first, though, and then the other stuff. It's the same way I say with my YouTube channel. Let me get my subs and get my audience first, then I can do whatever the fuck I want. Because now that I have my fan base, they'll watch me do anything. But if I just came out of the gate doing that, whatever I wanted to do, and not focus on amassing the fan base, now nobody cares anymore. So if Kim came out, never showing her booty, never showing her titties, and just wanted people to hear what she had to say,
it's almost like being Sniper Wolf. It's like, yeah, I got started doing gaming videos, but now everything's Q&A videos. I'm a vlogger now.
Exactly. So it's like Kim basically she flashes her ass and then she's like, you see that? You like that? Now look up. I got something to tell you. And now she's got your attention.
I got something for you to buy.
She had to clickbait you with her booty first, and then she sold you her product, which is whatever the fuck.
She could have made views if she was taking a shit and then film it and then say, hey, look at me take a shit.
I don't know what
that's still getting. Yeah, I don't know what you were trying to get at just now, man.
I'm just saying, if she had first started out and she was just taking a shit, no one would have watched because that's fucking disgusting. But if she took a shit now,
I can't take what you're saying. Just that opening sentence, I can't take you seriously on the rest of it. Like,
I'm just saying.
Dimension, dog.
None of it made any sense.
Like, beta multiplayer videos.
You just had a
moment, man. Dog. You just had hey, shout out to Vuxen. Vuxen's a sage. Vuxen's a savage because he was around. He was around during the Uncharted 3 beta multiplayer videos. Probably not. He's probably just saying that, but
he probably just scrolled down and he's just like, oh wow, he's dude. He's like. Listen,
or even not even Uncharted 3. I remember the Uncharted 4 beta video.
As far as I know, you only had one subscriber around then, and then all of a sudden you shot up to 10,000, and it was Renshow. Renshow was watching every single video, and then all of a sudden, whoop, 10,000. Yeah, that's what happened.
Renshow's the only one who's been around since I had like when I was making Gotham reviews on my main channel.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Good lord. Nosgoth videos and shit.
Oh man, I hate that they took down that game too. That game.
When you were making freaking Naruto Revolution Storm mods.
Listen, bro, that was last year. Calm down.
My first top 7 Naruto Storm Revolution mods video. My first.
And the audio was all fucked up.
The audio wasn't fucked up. The commentary was just really boring.
Oh man,
really
that
shitty.
shit would no. That's
like,
what we tell people. We tell
and-
people the audio was fucked up. Don't you ever tell anybody the commentary was bad. They're about
And
to
that
look at you
was
crazy.
I remember that was September of 2015. So you can basically say my channel started in September of 2015 because that was my first video where I was like, oh shit, I could actually get views on this site. Let me start actually trying. And then there was a few kind of inconsistencies where I would stop and then come back, but that's basically the catalyst. And then was because that video got like 100,000 views, and then I started doing other videos, and I started doing those top 10 mod videos every month and shit. Which what I should have been doing, which is what I started to figure out was what I do now. I should have been making one every fucking day, but I was doing it once a month. I'm like, why would I limit these views to once a month? And now you have what it is now, which is a clickbait Naruto mod video that gets 500,000 views in less than a week. So it's all an evolution. The rest is history, as they say.
No, nobody says that. Nobody
Beautiful.
actually fucking says that.
Brings
It's all
a tear
right.
to my eye just looking back at it.
I've basically like thought about it so much to where I'm like, you know what? And I remember when I made this video, I think I not only made a video on it, but I also made a Patreon post. And somebody actually got mad at me because I was trying to do less videos. I can't remember who it was, but like whoever it was just like, no, how are we supposed to get videos if you're always going out and doing stuff? And I'm like, I'm just supposed to make videos in my room? Like, the fuck? Like, I'm not that type of YouTuber. Like, I do more than that. Like, there's a lot more shit I want to do than that. So, I don't know, man. I just been looking at my options, and I've been looking at, you know what? It's right now is a pretty good time to just say fuck it and just
Vox, yes,
throw
make
the hat into
videos
the ring.
only. Crap whip. Upload slave. A lot of
Oh my god.
a lot of
Fox
fans
is
do be
talking
feeling
about
like
you
that
back
though.
in the day,
A lot of fans, they just feel like you should just upload and just like make them your content like you're a monkey, like dance monkey, like you have no it's so strange how people on YouTube feel entitled to content. Like when I was like, oh, how dare you ask me to donate to your
There's plenty
Patreon?
of
Like,
other
what?
YouTubers out there. Like, I understand that there's a
Like,
lot of
here's a perfect
shitty
example
ones,
of that,
but
Jeff.
it's like,
Here's a-
come on.
It's like you're getting so much free content, and then when we plug our shirts or our Patreons in the description for all this free shit, we're giving you an option. We're not forcing you to buy. Like, you still have access to all of our shit. Like, even if you don't pay, like what? Like what
Which
the
is
fuck?
annoying.
I'm not putting my shit behind a paywall.
Who do you think you are?
Yeah.
I like the
Yeah,
only reason
like,
I haven't done this because I haven't gotten.
I
paid
am
yet.
giving extra content incentive to the people who decided to volunteer and give
if
a
you put all your shit
dollar.
behind a paywall, that's different. Like, I don't like how some of these YouTube channels, they just move to like Verve or some shit, and they don't upload to YouTube no more. Like, fuck the niggas.
They're too good
But,
for YouTube now.
Yeah. But yeah, if you have like your own content, kind of like how YouTube Red works, like YouTubers
He
do their regular videos.
he said, hey, you know, I'm providing you all this free content and stuff. He's just like, LOL, yeah, that's true. The moment you say, hey, I have a Patreon, fucking e-beggar. Fucking Vox, man.
Fucking e-beggar.
Yeah, fucking
that's pretty
e-beggar.
accurate.
Yeah, that's accurate as fuck,
This
Vox.
guy asking
Yeah.
for money.
Who does this guy think he is? Hey, how about you get back in that room and make me some more mod videos?
Some
What
more
the fuck is
free,
wrong
some
with
more
you?
free content.
Yeah, make me more free
No, that-
content that I
like,
don't pay
guys,
for or thank you for.
Guys, that reminds me of like when back when the Black Hokage was Modern Warfare, bro. He like one of that.
First of all, don't you ever in my presence ever call that nigga the Black Hokage. I will literally reach through the internet and slap the taste out of your mouth. Don't you ever fucking say that. You call that nigga
Basically,
MWN.
MWN was Michael Jackson pre-surgery. TBH is post-surgery, as far as I'm concerned. Like that the original nigga got.
How
upgraded
many?
back
This is
replaced by a
multiple
cheap copy.
surgeries though. This isn't just one surgery. This is like one surgery and then it was just like, yeah, but it's fucked up. It's leaning to the left a little bit. Do you think you could?
Yeah, but it's
Do you think you could adjust it to the right a little bit? No problem, Mr. Jackson. We got you. Okay. Okay. I can't wait to take these bandages. Oh shit, my thumbnails are terrible. Doctor, can you fix this? My nose. It sounds like. You hear that? It sounds. It whistles when I sneeze. I don't like this. Can you readjust it back to the left? Well, Mr. Jackson, I don't think we can do that. Just fuck it. I don't give a shit. Just do
Yeah,
it.
there you go. TBH, MWN, whatever you want to call it, his thumbnails is the equivalent of Michael Jackson's.
It's just several surgeries later. Several
He takes
surgeries
off the
later, he
bandages.
literally has his nose up in the air. He's just like, I can't smell anything. Is this normal, doctor? Well, Michael, you don't really have a nose. You don't really have a nose, Michael. You can't really smell anything. What is that burning smell? Well, we had to razor blade and shave off all of your nose hairs, and so what we did was we hot glued them to your eyebrows because those started to go after a certain amount of time, and you was looking all fucked up, man. We can't fuck with you no more. Like that was it. Unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. I'm out of here.
Said, Jay, the best part of what you said, the bandages come up. Oh, my thumbnails are terrible.
my thumbnails are terrible. Doctor, please just adjust it back. I need a Patreon. I can't do this. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna start a whole new channel. It's gonna be called Bubbles. Okay? It's gonna be called Bubbles and Michael Trapson. Okay? That's what we're gonna make.
It's gonna be called Neverland.
Oh yeah, we're gonna establish Neverland. We gonna have roller coasters. We gonna have giraffes. It's gonna be lit. And you know what? Right on the front is gonna say sponsored by Gaming Illuminati. I mean, you know what? Never mind. Take it down. Take the sign down. Fuck it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Ethos, you do it. I mean, Bubbles, get your ass. No. So that's basically what the situation is. MWN has turned into TBH, which is new Michael Jackson, and Ethos is Bubbles. That's the situation, man. So you know what? I can't fuck with this guy, man. He doesn't offer me anything. That's what kind of triggers me the most. And I think it was right around, and I talked to you about this. It was right around he did the second fucking with GameStop video. And he was just making it seem like these GameStop employees were these bad guys, like oh yeah, all they're really trying to do is just take my money, and I don't really I don't fuck with GameStop employees like that. And I was kind of triggered because I was like, nigga, we are just doing our job as GameStop employees. Why the fuck is you tripping? Like, when you call in, it'd be like, hey, I just need to pick up a game. Thank you for calling GameStop, where the more you trade, the more you save. Did you want to trade in your newest game and get $30 off of Uncharted or whatever the fuck you're getting? And it's just like, no, I just called to see how much my worthless Xbox is. Well, sir, what kind of Xbox do you have? Well, it's worthless. Well, I understand that it's worthless, sir, but you know, I gotta determine the amount of useless and worthlessness. Well, I mean, I got a copy of Battletoads. Well, sir, you can get the fuck off my phone. That's what the fuck you can do. I was so tired of these fucking with GameStop videos that it's just not funny.
I'm gonna do a My Hero Academia comparison. MWN is All Might and I'm Midoriya. And MWN, he passes one for all to me, and I was like, oh man, I looked up to him, and then I finally meet him in person, and then I find out he's an anorexic bitch. That's basically the comparison. So, oh man, I saw you on TV, and you were all buff and shit and saving niggas, and then I was like, oh, you actually fought her. Okay, but I mean, that's like seeing The Rock in the Fast and Furious movies. You meet him in real life, he's 4'9", kind of chunky. Yeah, I thank MWN for giving me his quirk, for passing his one for all to me. But other than that, you know, that's all he gave me what he had to offer, and that's every channel though. That I look at, I'm like, you know, I plunder as Rencho would call it. I take what I need and then I cast them into the wind. It sounds kind of fucked up, but listen, I'm out here to get these gains. I'm not out here to
get these gains, man.
Friend. Yeah, I'm not out here to I even remember when I was looking at MWN's channel and I was like, I don't want to be a part of his crew because I want to create my own fan base. I don't want to leech off of somebody else's. I don't want to be somebody else's sidekick. I'm fuck that shit. So
hey man, you're my sidekick. I mean, it's cool.
Yeah, I'd rather be Jay's sidekick.
Exactly.
So like, listen,
at least I'm funny.
Listen.
Wait, I thought I was already a sidekick.
Dogan, first of all, you ain't even Alfred, bro. Get the fuck out of here. I don't know who the fuck. I honestly don't know who let you in here. I'm just wondering. Like, it must have been Dimension. That's who it was. Dimension let your ass just come up in here.
Dogan's not even one of the Robins. He's like, Dogan, you Batgirl in the wheelchair.
He's the fucking intern. He's the fucking intern, bro.
You back at the Batcave getting straps from the intercoms. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Like,
Robin, did you fix those belts? No, I was gonna have Batgirl do it, and it's just like, which version of Batgirl? The one in the wheelchair. Fuck that bitch. She can't do anything right.
So wait, what you're saying is that I used to have my legs, but I got shot.
No, that's not implied. No, you were literally hit by a bus one day, and Bruce Wayne felt bad, and he was just like, bring this bitch into the Batcave. I can make her metal legs, and it was just like, you're so useless, you can't even use metal legs. Like, it was over. That was it. There was nothing else he could do, man. Like, but I will say this, Dogan, I thought you were gonna say, so I'm part of the squad. Like, I thought you were about to say that. It's like, so I'm in the Batcave though, right? That's all I need. That's all I need. So, I know the
You know
passcodes,
this
right?
podcast is going too long when we're saying all this shit, Jay, so.
No, not really. I feel like the podcast has become this just big thing where I can just rant for like 15 minutes at a time because I just don't make rant videos. I'm starting to do that this week because, yo, shout out to all the people that decide. I think I'm almost at like 500 views for that video, and I was only expecting to get like 80, 90 views for the Far Cry 5 video. Man, yo, that video kind of blew up in my lap, and I was like, I should probably make another.
I haven't even watched that video yet. That was on my list of videos.
You fucking traitor. If you don't get your ass out of the fucking Batcave, bro, I've been dealing with your shit long enough. Swear to God.
I like how it sounds. I like how the moment you said that, it sounded like you opened a clock tower and some bats just flew out of the entrance. Like, get out! Get out!
So, you know what, man? I'm starting to think maybe I'll do more rant videos because people just love the fucking rant videos, man. Like,
Oh, yeah.
fuck?
That's why people be like, that's what people don't see me seeing understanding, and I understand it's ignorance. These are people who don't make videos; they don't understand. Like Heavenly, if you don't like Dragon Ball Super, why do you keep talking shit about it? Why do you keep complaining about it? I'm like, oh, confused, nigga. What?
I'm sorry, I was choking over this AdSense money.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. Oh, let me take a sip of my juice real quick.
Yeah,
Oh man, tastes like peasant
dollar
tears.
bills and shit. Yeah. I mean, most of the most viral videos on the internet is people bitching on shit. You make a video talking about how great something is, nobody will give a shit. You talk about something is trash, like Digibro talking about how he hates Sword Art Online. Oh, everybody flocks to it. Like, I remember there was even this video that was discussing Nicole Arbor about how she used to make positivity videos of, like, giving affirmations and shit. Like,
And she got no views.
Yeah, and then she's like, listen, all you fat-ass niggas, sub, view. She's like, oh, you know what? I would do this shit more. Y'all, aw, bitches. Like, and then she gets a bunch of subs and views, and that's how she got up, so.
Yeah, she didn't stay up for very long. It's funny, too, because she was a stand-up comic. Now she can't get a gig. So she might as well just stick to doing YouTube videos.
Her channel's doing good now. She's
No.
still
Her
gets views.
her channel is doing fine. I'm talking about like her career as like a comedian because she was doing
Well,
comedy
she's not funny. Like, even when I
Yeah,
watch her videos,
that's
she's
what
not
I'm
funny.
saying. Like,
the only reason I click on her videos is the reason why people click on my thumbnails is because there's tits in the thumbnail, and I don't care what.
she got titties in the thumbnail.
Yeah, half the time, and I'll click on it, watch about half of it, where she's kind of just repeating the same joke over and over again, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
Thank you,
And then I'll click off.
Kumagawa Miso Gugi. What? Listen, bro. Whatever the fuck your name is, thank you for subscribing, bro. I appreciate that. I am gonna let you know by subscribing to the Sama Sanctum, I will probably fuck your mom, okay, and make your dad watch. I'm just letting you know.
Nicole Arbor's
Let's get
one of
it
the
out of
girls
the
who
way.
I would smash, and she'd want to be in a committed relationship. and
Nicole
then, like,
Arbor, I'm good. I'm gonna put her in the same file cabinet as Zoe Berger. I just have no interest. Like, no, thank you.
Yeah, I
File
would put her
under
in
not
my
for
same
me.
category as Zoe Berger. If she walks into my house butt ass naked, my pants are already down. But if I gotta work for it, then it's just like it's not
Too
worth it.
much.
I don't even think in
Yeah.
the scenario where my pants are down, I'd indulge Zoe Berger. Cause if
Well,
I
Jay,
just got if I just got hot blonde bitches walking in my mediocre blonde bitches walking in my house, just catching me with no pants on, I mean, obviously one of a lesser or equal value is going to show up eventually, right?
Zoe's like one of those fodder blonde bitches.
Okay, yeah, I mean, like that is true. Jay, but
Transferable properties, my nigga. Like if you got
For the sake of
sixes
the-
walking
for the
in
sake
and
of
out
the
of your
argument-
house, expect a 4, like 2 4s. That's an 8. That's an 8, bro. You winning.
For the sake of the argument, Jay, you have to like narrow it down to this specific scenario. Because yeah, obviously it's like, well, if Zoe Berger is walking in my house butt ass naked, who told her to come in here? Somebody else that got to come up eventually. Like, so
Somebody
but-
gave her this information. She ain't just
Abigail.
find out on her own. Like, this is not
That's
not a
like-
situation where you just like, oh, Heavenly got doxxed. I'm just gonna walk up in his house. Oh, I caught him jerking off. Like,
that's like saying oh, what would you do? Would you sacrifice one of your parents or one of your family members to get $1 million? Then you'd be like, well,
Yes.
here's what you have to.
let me
but
tell
then
you
you'd be
what color
like, well,
Lamborghini I'm going to buy, sir.
But no, but then you got to be like, well, do I get $1 million for every member that I kill? Because if that's the case, if I get $1 million for killing one family
You know
member,
what? Let me just go
then-
let me go put the slash through my headband now. I'm
like-
going rogue.
It's like, so you saying if I massacre my whole family, I get $1 million a piece? Because now we in
This is interesting. Line them up, absolutely. Line them all up. I'm good. Shit, I'm ready. They gotta go. Matter of fact, my cousin Jimmy owe me like $50 anyway. That nigga going first. Do I get extra bonus dollars for the way that I killed him? Because I really want to attach this nigga by his toes to the back of my car and just drive on the 405. We're not going anywhere, but I just want him to feel the pain, like skid marks on his back, just like, ha, take it, nigger. Like, I'm just saying, like wish you gave me that $50 now, huh? So. But you know what? Yeah, like I was saying before, I just use the podcast to vent my frustrations about YouTube, about
podcast
white
is where
women.
me and Jay come to talk shit about people, and no one will ever find out about
Pretty
it. 'Cause
much,
I'm only
yeah.
watch 2 hours into a podcast, so.
Bro, that's I could be giving away nuclear codes right now, like, and nobody would know. Like,
Even if
there's
somebody
only
in the
like
stream
5,
would
6
go and-
people, like.
Even if somebody in the stream would go and tell somebody that we said something or whatever, the person would go look through the video.
Oh my God, Shino
and, like,
Trill. Wait till you hear what JustJaySama. Oh, first of all, you have to put some respect on my name by calling me JustJaySama. Exactly. So you have to respect me. Like, it is what it is. You'll never hear what Heavenly Controller and JustJaySama said about you. Just like, what'd they say? Well, I was 2.5 hours into a podcast. Stop right there, nigga. Let me begin to tell you how I don't fucking care.
I don't know, but there's 2 hours and it's somewhere in there.
There's 2 hours and it's somewhere in there. They're always talking shit about you. I just don't know what you're gonna do about this. Like, you have to say something. And it's just like,
And if someone's gonna go through that much trouble to find it, then it's just like, well, if I got you to watch through my video and pan through to find me talking shit, then that's a job well done.
hey, shout out. Hold on. Let me give a shout out to this guy real quick. And I feel like this is well deserved. This guy, Bad Boy Gaming, is so mad that I wasn't reading his comment. He was like, he's been saying "fuck you, Jay" for the past hour and a half. And not only was he so tilted that I didn't read his comment, he went from your channel over to my channel to type in my comment section, "fuck you, Jay." Thank you, my nigga, for being the biggest fan in the goddamn stream.
Yeah,
I appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much.
That's a hardcore fan right there.
Yeah, that you were more hardcore. I like how Mr. Squabbles was over here talking about, Jay, you're a real ass nigga. I subscribe to your channel. Kuma go whatever the fuck this guy's name is. I subscribe to your channel. You're a real ass nigga. This guy was so mad. He went from one person's channel to another. Oh my God. How embarrassed are you? Like, how stupid are you to just be like, well, he's not paying attention to my comment. I'm just going to leave it everywhere. I'm gonna subscribe, turn notifications on, and say fuck you on every video. This
is what he wanted, Jay. He's happy now. He's like, finally. Yes,
he's just like, I've been acknowledged by my Hokage. Like, I love it.
Senpai noticed me, dog. Senpai noticed.
Senpai noticed me. So yes, you have been noticed. I acknowledge your existence. Fuck you. Fuck everything you stand for. Your mother, I'm gonna come in her mouth tonight.
And talking shit, because they're like, oh, Heavenly's gonna do a reading hate comments video. You leave a comment to get his attention.
It's so funny too, because like I have so many words blocked on my channel. It's like you would genuinely be surprised. Like, does he get any fucking comments? Like,
I had to re.
It's so sad, man.
Like, I went and deleted all my words, and then I was like, then when I started getting a lot more views, I'm like, okay, this needs to go back to Fort Knox because this shit is getting out of hand. Like. So
once I swear, bro, once you took the word spoiler off there accidentally, because you didn't have it for some reason, you didn't have it on last week's Attack on Titan, but for this week, it like everything just spilled through the filter. I was like, why am I suddenly seeing so many of the?
No,
was
I
like
just think
30 or 40 comments.
I just think that last week's episode wasn't an episode that warranted people to talk about spoilers because nothing happened, like I fucking said. But in this episode, a lot happened, so there was a lot of stuff to spoil.
Yeah.
But I like sometimes, and I feel like I'll never. I mean, it's like if I see it, then it's gone. Like sometimes I just scroll through my comments section, and I'm like, all right. Like I on one hand, I'm like, but I don't even know why I even say this because I always say, like, you know, I'm open to criticism and people disagreeing with me. That's fine. But when does someone disagree with you and they're not a complete asshole about it? So I'm normally just scrolling through, and this guy's like, oh, fuck you. Okay, let me just delete this comment. All right, let me, and I just delete them. I don't respond to them anymore. Just delete them. Just erase them from existence. Like, they'll never even know that it was
I just leave them there. I'm just like, oh, whatever.
I just delete them. I'm just like, nope. It's like, you're trying to leave these comments because you want some attention, and I'm erasing that attention. But I don't go looking for comments.
It's so interesting, too, because I've talked about this before. I am more influential than most of your dads put together. Like, that is why you want me to acknowledge a lot of you. Like, for you guys to be like, well, my dad doesn't pay attention to me. My dad's not in my life. Jay, on the other hand, I'm going to leave a fucked up comment. I hope he sees it. It's like, bro, is your existence that shallow that you want your favorite YouTuber to acknowledge you that bad? You want me to acknowledge you so bad that I go on a Twitter rant and be like, I can't stand these fucked up comments. I'm sorry. I was born with a skin tone darker than most people. My skin is almost bulletproof. Like, I don't give a shit about your fucking comment. I will acknowledge you if you try to go out of your way like this guy is doing. Please, notice me, senpai. I really just want to suck your dick just for glory. Like, please, just the tip. Just the tip, JustJaySama. Like, I'm sorry. I can't give attention to everybody, and it's only gonna get worse. It really is. Because as many people as I have that do fuck with my channel, the 1,000 some odd people, thank you for subscribing, but there's probably another 1,000 people that do not fuck with me, but they show up on my channel every day just to talk shit. Like,
oh yeah, haters are your biggest fans.
Like, oh my god, like I get the same 4, 5, 6 people on every single video just commenting bullshit. Just fucking nigger, da 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 da, dark skinned motherfucker, go back to Africa. First of all, I would love to go back to Africa. That would be amazing. They got all the gold, all the diamonds, all the jewels, all the big booty African bitches, bro. Please. If you will pay for the trip, I will go back to Africa, a place I've never been. Oh man, the Nubian queens. Oh, good luck. And let's not talk about white people in Africa.
What you say? You might get a ticket to freaking Africa.
Bro, first class. Hold on. Let me hit up my nigga Heavenly Controller real quick. Hey nigga,
I'm gonna try to do the sequel Coming to America, coming back to Africa. I'm trying to be in this. Listen.
Hold on. Let me text him right now. Do you want a first class flight to Africa?
I'll show up wearing all my American shit, and everybody be looking at me like, "Oh, American."
Let's not forget.
It's just like, oh, you got. It's like that scene in Rush Hour 2. It's just like, oh, you American? It's like, yeah, girl. Oh, you bring American money? I got $3 in my pocket. What can you do for me?
It's like this right here. This is a watch. Like, oh,
this is a watch, my bitch.
I was like, you dick.
But you know what's also so interesting is that
these are Jordans.
Many cities in actually predominantly Africa, 80% of Africa is no longer like jungles and shit. Like, I don't know if people know this, but Africa is very civilized. They have a very great booming economy.
Like Sense8, Jay.
Say what?
Have you seen the show Sense8 on Netflix?
I think I might have. I think it's in my queue. I probably looked at it once or twice, and I was like, I'll come back to it.
It's basically all these people from around the world that their like senses are connected, and one of the guys from Africa. And yeah, they have some places like obviously like the lower class areas where they live in the slums and it's just like dirt and like garbage houses and shit. But then you go up to the main cities and stuff. They got skyscrapers. They got niggas like black people, you know, in suits.
It looks like Numbani, bro. I'm telling you, like New Africa looks exactly like Numbani. The way the streets are made is they're not even real streets. They're just like these like magnetized like things. Like cars float in Africa. Africa is so far more advanced than America. It's just like, what? Like, you would have expected niggas to be living in huts and teepees and shit and just be chasing after lions and gazelles and shit. And it's just like, bro.
Nah, them niggas living in first class.
Them niggas, everybody got a nice ass house making $400,000 a year. Okay, in African money. Like,
let's not create this false image of Africa. Everybody's like, oh, let me go to Africa. They see all this grass and
no,
shit.
But that's no, a lot of Africa. Like, if you actually do the research, a lot of Africa is no longer vegetation. Like, majority of Africa is cities and shit.
We do need to wrap this podcast up, Jay, but I got a mission for the guys in the stream. Go into Overwatch, go to practice mode or in the game, whatever. Go to Numbani and look out at the edge of the map, and you can see Pride Rock in the distance.
You can see Pride Rock. Everything the light touches belong to us. What about over there? No, that's Chicago. We don't touch that. We don't touch that.
Or no, even better. I got nah, that's Iraq. We don't go there.
Thank you guys. I appreciate the love, but we're gonna go ahead and get out of here, guys. The podcast is available on iTunes, YouTube, Twitch. We're trying to get Stitcher Radio because Rincho really wants us to get Stitcher Radio for some fucking reason. I don't know why. We're working on that Pornhub sponsorship. If you guys really want to help us out, my channel is in a link in the description. Obviously, you guys are on Heavenly's channel. Subscribe to these Patreons, man. Like throw these $1 bills. Buy the shirts, the hoodies. That is the only way that we will get the podcast not only on SoundCloud, but we will get it on Pornhub. Like, I don't think people understand. Like, we would make more content if people donated $1 bills. Like, that's it. Like, just $1. Yeah.
Yo, like I said,
if every one of you guys in here can give me $1, man, I would make. Oh man, my videos would be so lit. You think my videos are lit now? Oh my god, literally, you could hand me one George Washington, and the world changes. Like,
yeah, that's it. Just like one. Not even one hands. George Washington. Hand this nigga 4 George Washingtons. 4 quarters.
Remember that nigga?
4 quarters, my nigga.
Bugs Life? Remember in Bug's Life when they had he took a little nut and he was talking to his cricket homies. He's like, look at this. Did that hurt? And he's like, nah, that didn't hurt. And he opened up the whole thing. He's like, bitch, like that's right there.
Man, I love that speech that Hopper gave. He's just like, if we let one ant stand up to us, all of them will stand up. Like, and he was just like,
so if one person donates $1, then all of you donate $1. Then so much content will be.
The podcast will be available on SoundCloud. We'll be able to get notifications. We'll be able to get the new studio. That's something that I was looking into because I'm already.
So in the same way.
Oh, we'll be able to do that situation. Me and Heavenly will collab in every single video. It'll be like a David Dobrik type of shit where Jason Nash is always in the background. It's gonna be just like that.
Circle jerk collabs.
Jerk collabs. Yeah, it's just like he lives on one side of the house, I live on the other side of the house. All it takes is $1, literally, like to change your life.
In the same way with the nuts, the beans, or whatever in Bug's Life with Hopper, I'm Hopper, and I want your guys' nut. That was
people are asking me.
I get roasted on the daily.
Okay,
I know
before we officially get out of here, I do want to address everybody that's commenting. Everybody wants me to roast this guy, Bad Boy Gaming. I'm not going to roast him because his life is already burnt. Okay,
I fucking
there's no reason for me to get on him. His life doesn't. He doesn't exist, bro. Come on. He's a YouTube comment, guys.
Gaming.
Yeah.
Come on.
His name is Bad Boy Gaming. Come on. That movie don't come out for another year and a half, my nigga. You early, bro. You early.
Making a name. This is gonna be.
There's so many channels with people with their name. They have like something gaming in their channel and they're in their name, and it's like you got no videos, you got no gaming.
Not only do they not make videos, they don't even make gaming videos. Like that's so interesting to me. You got niggas out here something gaming, and they make fucking music videos, and they have like 3 videos on their channel, and they're all anime AMVs of Naruto with Linkin Park screaming in the background.
I know this one faggot. His name is Heavenly Controller, and he make anime videos. I don't know what the fuck
That
he was.
motherfucker, he's the worst of them all.
Listen, personally, I think we should lynch
all he does
him.
is anime reviews.
Yeah, I think we should lynch him. All he does is clickbait and live action, live reactions. That's it. I mean,
he is the scum of this earth.
but I did hear about this other guy, and you guys might need to hear about him. He's the greatest YouTuber I've ever seen in all my life. His name is Lord Nishing. All praise him. Okay. All praise Lord Nishing.
All praise.
Yeah, all praise.
Everyone. Hey, you guys don't know this. You guys don't know this. Go on YouTube and search Nation. He got the subs turned off because he's like he keeps his pride himself. This guy got 10 million subscribers. Like nobody knows this.
Easily.
You're joking.
Look at the views on his videos. Look at the views on his videos. This guy has a shit ton of subs. He just don't want nobody to see.
He was trying to hide those commas because he didn't. He was like,
you think I'm exaggerating? You think I'm joking? Go on this channel. This guy got like 1 million views every video. That shit is
bro,
insane.
you can go on that man's social blade and just look at that fucking incline. Like you ain't even got to guess. Like it's just
decided I'm gonna be a YouTuber for a week. What happens? And then this guy just goes boom, 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 breaks the internet. Social Blade says he increases by plus 6,000%. It was ridiculous.
Nishing is like Kenpachi. Like he's only the level of the opponent he's facing. Then all of a sudden he just wants to whip his big dick out and just be like, boom, there you go. All right, 10 million subs, and it's just like,
some nigga texted him the name of his Shikai and he figured out how to awaken that shit for a day. Like,
somebody texted it to him.
Use this. Yeah, he's like, I can't use this shit. I'm not trying to destroy.
He's like, whoa, wait a minute. This is the name of my Zanpakuto. No, we gotta send this back. Send it back in the mail. I don't want this. This is gonna destroy the planet.
After Nation saw how powerful his Zanpakuto was, he vowed to never use it again.
Exactly. He wrapped that shit up in chains and bandages.
Wait, guys.
Yeah. He tied the blade to the hilt so it can never be unsheathed and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Super glued that bitch.
Had 85K views.
Man, that's just the views he wants you to see. He's got view blocker on.
Yeah, all of his top videos, he did KSI, he unlisted them bitches. You can't even see them.
Exactly. Like his Kingdom Hearts videos? We know those exist, Nishing. You can't hide those from us. We already know. Or some of those other anime videos where you got your fox hat on. Don't think we don't know, bro.
Oh, you rubbing your hands like Birdman? Don't think I forgot, man.
My boy was just like the views though.
But it's embedded in my mind, so.
All right,
oh my god!
You don't forget a God of Destruction rubbing his hands like Birdman. With
pretty much. You don't forget that type of shit. So, but anyway, guys, we gotta go ahead and get out of here because I gotta go scratch my nuts and
I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go take a shit.
Yeah, and I gotta get these Overwatch loot boxes tonight.
I'm not doing it. Yeah. So
if you don't make a video, it's not real.
Out of here.
So, do we have any any final thoughts?
Dragon Ball Super is trash. That's it. All right.
I will have to say, fuck the haters, and then fuck the haters' moms. Yep.
Don't be like me.
Be just like me.